Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TARDIS Zones Sunday night new Who watch along. We got Blink coming up. Nice to see us all. So I want to start off with a little something before we do the watch along. So apparently, Dickhead has been piping up again all day today because apparently an article says that they were filming. They were doing some filming during COVID restrictions, right? So this fella is now saying that myself and Lee and others should apologize to the fandom because we lied. Okay, gaslighter, listen up, right? Because I've had enough of your bullshit. You did a video to say that Jodie Whittaker was filming. You even brought on another YouTuber to back you up by showing a photograph of a truck. You even did a video a couple of days beforehand where you were singing and dancing, saying that you were right about filming, right? You also mentioned that Jodie Whittaker was spotted with a dark, long coat on her. Yeah, she wasn't, okay? You came out a couple of days later after Jodie had confirmed herself that she wasn't filming. You come out then with some bullshit saying that they were doing some exterior filming or whatever it was, but they were definitely filming, right? 2 days after you were caught out. So listen, I'm not going to listen to you. Me and Lee or anybody else that's put out source information out there don't owe any fandom an apology at all. Because the stuff that we put out anyway, we say it's rumor and speculation. You're the one that's gone around and saying that everything is fact. By the way, I'd even go as far as to say that you're going around with your news and telling everybody it's fact, because the way you're going on, your arrogance and the way you've been carrying on proves to me that you think that your news is 100% spot on and mine is wrong, and this is why you're coming after me. Now, I know someone has been emailing you, right? And I've also heard that you've told that person that you're going to come after me, Lee, and me channel. Do whatever you want, you little clown. And that other little clown that you're opening as well, go for it. Go for it. Don't give a crap. You lied. You got caught out. And now you're gaslighting your audience. Only 7 people listen to you anyway. So who gives a shit what you say? Yeah? Who gives a shit what you do? Do whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Right? At the end of the day, you are wrong. You are wrong. Jodie Whittaker was not filming in October. Right? She was not filming in October. End of discussion. You are wrong. And if you can't accept that you are wrong and you need to do all of this to try validate yourself, well, then I think you're a sad little man, to be honest with you, right? So get over yourself. Nobody's giving an apology. I will never apologize for putting any source information out, because that's all it is. It's rumor and speculation. And if you can't get that through your thick skull, well, then I can't help you anymore. All right? So no, Lee won't be apologizing. I won't be apologizing. Nobody will be apologizing for putting out source news. How dare you? Who the hell do you think you are? Right? Seriously, who the hell do you think you are? You lied, you got caught out, you brought on another young YouTuber to try back your claims up, and you are still wrong. You are still wrong. Right? You lied. You did a little song and dance and you said that Jodie was filming. You lied. And by the way, he keeps telling everybody I did loads of videos with timestamps. I wish someone would go through his videos. See, he knows people won't go through his videos because he does around 10 videos a day and there's so many of them. He knows people won't bother checking these videos, right? But he never produces these videos himself. He always talks shite on Twitter, right? But never produces these videos with the timestamp, because you know why? When you go in and you'll watch the video, it'll be him speculating like he always does, right? Speculating. That's all he does. Right? And by the way, if your source is legit, why are you coming out about, oh, this newspaper article, right? If your source is so legit, why do you need a newspaper article to back you up, you little moron? Because you've no sources, right? You're lying. So don't be coming after me, and come after me, channel, a little moron. You're just jealous, you are. You're jealous because my channel is successful now and yours is not. And the only time that it is when you talk crap about me. Well, keep talking crap about me, because that's the only way you're going to get revenue, because nobody listens to you. 7 people or something. That's it. The same 7 people that come in and dislike my videos. You talk about people coming on to your channel and disliking your videos and making comments and flagging your channel. Well, your supporters do that to me, right? But you hear me bitch and moan about it? No. And by the way, I want to make this clear. Do not send anybody to your channel. Nobody gets sent to your channel. Because if I want to destroy it, I'll destroy you here right in front of your face, you moron. I don't use other people. Right? I don't need to use other people. Yeah? If I've got a problem with you, I'll talk to you myself. But no, you need other people. And I always notice as well, when you bitch talk me, you have to have someone on with you, because you won't bitch talk me on your own. Do your little walking videos talking about me. Third zone, third zone, third zone. You're obsessed, you are. Obsessed. But thank you for the free advertisement anyway, because every time you mention me, my subs go up. So well done. The only thing that you're succeeding in doing is making me more popular, right? You're coming out with ridiculous statements, right? You lied about filming. End of. You are wrong. And now you're trying to gaslight everybody to make it out that me, Lee, and others out there are lying. No, you're not getting away with gaslighting people, right? You are wrong. You said filming had begun in October, and then when you were caught out then, you came on a couple of days later, and then you tried to say, well, my source says that they were doing filming, but it was exterior shots or whatever the crap you came out with, right? You are still wrong. You said Jodie Whittaker was filming. I said she wasn't, right? And she wasn't. She didn't film yet, right? So you are wrong. It doesn't matter. You said 2 days later, then you come up with the nonsense that maybe it was exterior to back yourself, to cover yourself, as you always do, right? The difference is, though, I'm not a tick like most of them out there on YouTube, right? I know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly what you're playing at, and you're not going to gaslight me and my audience, right? We're wide to you, right? The rest of them out there might be thick enough to swallow your crap. 7 people, by the way, and some of them are friends of mine, little traitor bastards. Right? Believe in you over me. Yeah? When I've provided all the evidence, you just gaslight people. So don't talk to me about Arton, right? You're a failure. Failure, that's all you'll ever be, is a failure. Failure in life and a failure on this, right? I don't care anymore, Joe. This is not going to affect my personal life either. But I'm going to tell you now, I'm not putting up with your crap anymore. You're not going to go around gaslighting this audience anymore, lying out through your teeth. If anybody owes this fandom an apology, it's you. And you owe me an apology as well for all the harassment and crap you gave me, even though you are wrong. But you see, you're gone too far deep now. You can't get out, because if you do back up now and you do apologize, you're going to come across as weak. You're going to come across as people will then start questioning everything. So that's why you won't. That's why you'll continue to go down the path that you go down. We'll go down that path because you're going to destroy your own channel. Mine is getting better and you're destroying yours. So do it. Go for it, man. Doesn't bother me. And then picking on me guests as well. Then you got your little sidekick then picking on me guest. Picking on one of me panelists as well. You and Mr. TARDIS and Tyrese picking on a rabbi. Picking on me panelists now. Right? Trying to get videos removed because apparently it's transphobic and we don't use the proper pronouns. Shut your bloody mouth, Tyrese, right? Shut your mouth. Don't tell me what to do on my channel. What did I say to you already? 3 emails you sent me, a little moron. Begging as well to go on big YouTubers' channels as well. And by the way, don't be going to people that I know and begging them for information. By the way, begging them for source information when you come out and then you criticize me for my source information, and you're going to some people that I would actually coordinate with or talk to when I get my news. But you're going to those people and you're asking them for the source information, but yet you're coming out and you're telling everybody I'm talking out my arse. Yeah. begs to come on other big YouTubers' YouTube channels as well. So you shut up as well, yeah? You can keep it down as well. The only reason why you're piping up as well, because anytime you talk about me, your videos got skyrocket as well. So we know what you're playing at. So you and Matrix Lord might have come together and have used a little click and have a plan to take down me channel. Well, for 3 years, people have tried and they failed, and you two morons will definitely fail because you are that tick. You are tick, right? One's a gaslighter and the other one's an idiot who will follow the wind because he doesn't want to be attacked. Because little does people know that Therese actually has the same beliefs as most of us. The only difference is he's decided to become a shill so he doesn't get attacked by Mr. TARDIS and all these other people. That's why he turned on me, Ballstreck, and everybody else, yeah? Because Ballstreck did work for him as well. Ballstreck was actually very nice to him. So was I. Brought him on this channel, introduced him to my subscribers, and then he brought me onto his channel and introduced me to his subscribers. But you notice something, Darius, with all your crap, right? Funny thing is that half of your subscribers are still subscribed to me. So if I'm such a fucking bigot and I'm such this, that, and the other, how come most of the people that follow you still follow me? Because they know you're talking out your arse, just like that other fella. Picking on me panelists, picking on me, all because we put out information that doesn't fit with Joe's. And because Joe's a jealous little individual, he has everybody, he's gaslighting everybody. You're a liar. I'm going to call you out as one. I don't care. You're a liar. You lied about Jodie Whittaker filming. She was not in no dark coat. She was not seen filming, right? You lied about all of that. And it's very interestingly, when you were caught out with your lies, you came out with a video 2 days later after Jodie had announced that she wasn't filming yet. You come out with a video then to kind of cover your ass because that's what you do. Now, here's the thing, and I'll say this again, right? You say this article came out, and by the way, it is a real article because I've been told by several people. Right, so it's a real article, right? So they were filming something during COVID, but you said Jodie Whittaker was filming, right? And that's where I'm coming at. I don't care whether you're filming buildings during October. You said Jodie Whittaker was filming in October. You said she was seen, right? You even used a Twitter account that had never spoken about Doctor Who to even back you up. So you lied. You lied. Simple as that. You got caught out. And now you're trying to backtrack and gaslight everybody. Well, you're not going to do that, and I'm not going to allow you to do that. So every time you write some bullshit up on Twitter or you do a bullshit little video, I'm going to call you out on it because you're not getting away with this. You lied to your audience. You lied to the fandom. And, by the way, during COVID as well, you were doing all of this. So you're irresponsible as well because you could have sent fans to Cardiff, right? And there was restrictions. Right? So you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Ought to be ashamed of yourself. So don't talk to me. Right? All you are is a gaslighter. Right? And she wasn't filming, by the way, because she wasn't filming. She was not filming. Jodie Whittaker didn't appear till November. Right? She did not start filming in October. So he lied. He's gaslighting everybody. So I don't care anymore. By the way, Gary from Neurotics threw something up. Obviously, I'm getting accused of it already because these fucking idiots don't do their research. So last night, Gary threw up a tweet, something about a baby Dalek. They might be doing a Star Wars with the whole baby Yoda thing. So I went to him anyway because he does do source news like myself. And I have private messaged him and I've asked him. So he's going to find out. He's been given this information, but he's going to try find out more details. But apparently, and as I said, this is rumor and speculation right now. Apparently, they're thinking of along the lines of a baby Yoda style thing with a baby Dalek. Don't know if it's true. As I said, Gary from Neurotics just put the tweet up. I did actually text him straight away when I seen it, and he said he'd get back to me ASAP. So I'm waiting for him to get back to me now to find out what this news is. But that's the latest that's been floated out there. Again, it'd be very interesting to see now, will that other dickhead and his mates now pile on Gary for coming out and saying there might be a chance of a baby Dalek. He's not going to come out and call them liars now. Or is it different because they're bigger YouTubers and you wouldn't dare? Yeah, see, that'll be the thing. Won't go after him. I know what he plays at. Right, who else is supposed to be on here? With Daniel and Rabbi. Now, remember, we don't have the same panelists on every day. So who else is supposed to be on? So, yeah. No, Lee, you're on the classic. I think we're all getting confused here. Remember, it's classic and new who everybody gets a panel each. It's getting too messy. There's too many, as I said, there's too many strong voices on each panel, and the ones that don't talk that much are not getting an opportunity to no, you're on the Mandalorian. You're on Doctor Who Classic and you're on the Mandalorian. That's what you're on. I only brought you on New Who last week because remember I was supposed to change it all around and then I changed my mind and I just brought anybody on. But we're going back to normal, and next year I will be swapping it all around because it's not working out the way I want it. And I might change days as well and stream on new days instead. Because yeah, there's too many panels and I'm not getting to stream on my own. Every day I'm with someone on the channel, and originally I used to do videos on this and that's why everybody came to the channel, but it's getting overrun by too many panels. So next year I'm going to be making big changes. I'm going to have the Doctor Who watch-alongs on the same day. They're going to start earlier and they're going to be on the same day. Because I'm leaving one of the days open for where I can do either a panel or I can come on and just rant and rave for a couple of hours like I used to in the old days. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Because, yeah, it's just getting a bit odd. Right, there's 39 people watching. A few of them will be the little bots waiting. And Joe, if you're here, you can dislike the video as well. And why not hang around and actually watch a proper streamer and how to do things? Maybe you might learn something. Because, obviously you need some help. You're struggling there. Because that's why you keep bringing me up. Because, you have to, because when you do your other videos, nobody gives a crap. But when you talk about me, so why not come on here? Maybe you might get a few ideas, might help you with your channel. Right, let's do a few shout outs. Whoever else is supposed to be on the panel with Rabbi and Daniel, let me know, will you? Right, we've got Problem Being, we've got Daniel, we've got Vanessa, we've got PD Rich, we've got Matthew, we've got Disaster Area, Retro Dicky, Chris Persia is here as well, Matthew Pounder, Marcus here as well, also Peter D, welcome. We got Charlotte, apparently we're buffering, PD Rich, I think I mentioned him as well, A1, a Pony First Class is here as well, Lord Thought is here, Tim. Welcome. Rob Fellows is here as well. Darren M. Welcome. Welcome. Mentioned the Space Book is here as well. Welcome, Dan. Nice to see you. Vanessa is here as well. Charlotte is here. Stuart is here as well. Welcome, Stuart. Shane is here. Welcome. Gregory is here as well. Welcome, Gregory. And I think that's everybody. Right, I tell you what, if you weren't on the panel yesterday, right? So hear me now, just hear me. If you weren't on the panel yesterday, I'm going to put the link in the chat there. You can come on and join the panel until I figure all of this out next week. Next week, I'm just going to sit down. I'm going to ask people if they want to be on the panels. That's how I'm going to do it. So there's the link. It's in the chat. I'm going to sort this all out next year. Anyway, as I said, the watch-alongs will be on the same day next year from January onwards. So the third Doctor says, oi, I did mention you, probably mentioned you a little bit too fast, but there you go. You got a mention there. Well, I don't see Adam in the chat, Daniel, so we have to wait until he pops into the chat. So the link is there if you just want to come on. If you haven't been on, there is. We'll give it 5 minutes. If nobody joins, then I suppose then we'll take 2 people who do be on the panels and you can come on. But then next week, then I'm going to find out for definite who wants to be on New Who panel, who wants to be on Classic Who panel, and who wants to be on. And by the way, it's 4 panelists per panel. So that's 4 people, including myself. Because I don't want the panels to be too big either. Because as I said, the voices that aren't as loud as myself, Lee, or Rabbi are getting drowned out by us. So I have to be fair, because the conversations on all of the streams do seem to get dominated by the 3 of us, and the rest of the guys don't seem to get a word in edgeways. And I'm sorry, I'm not. The whole point of this is for everybody to get their say. So that's why I'll be making changes next year. So yeah, the Spacebook, Dan, you're more than welcome to come on if you're available to come on. Just let me know. Does anybody want to come on? Even if you were on yesterday, press 1. Let me know, and I'll see who wants to come on, and then I'll choose myself. And then we'll bring our guests on, and we'll start this watch along. And I'm starting straight away. So, like, you know. So has everybody got the link? Look, I'm not blaming anybody. I know we're all very chatty on this channel, but let's be honest. We've got to let the other people on that don't really are as chatty as us, and give them more of an opportunity to have a say. You know, because it's I do it myself. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it myself. So, like, you know, I'm not. So yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Right. So Charlotte has said she will come on. Stuart has actually pressed 1 as well. Retro Dicky is also pressed 1. Right. Well, I'll tell you what. Retro Dicky and Stuart. And let me see. You 2 come on if you want to come on. The link is in the chat. If you want to come on now. Let me see who else then. We had Charlotte. Lee did actually say he wanted to come on, so we'll put Lee in the hat there for a second. Oh no, Stuart said it was the wrong button. Okay, so it's Retro Dicky, Charlotte, and Lee so far. I tell you what, the 3 years can get you ourselves into the panel then, if you want to go for it. And Tim, if you want to come on as well, you can come on if you want to. I don't know if Rabbi has the link for anybody that doesn't have it on the panel. Rabbi, if you do, because I know you don't. Okay, right. Well then, I'll have to put it on my DVD. So that's fine. Right. So unfortunately, this week, Rabbi doesn't have it. He normally does, but you know, he's a busy man. He's got other stuff to be done. So you will have to find it yourselves. Yeah, it's very easy. It's very easy. And he's got his own little Santi hat on again. Yay! Yay! Yeah. And by the way, listen, I just want to say something about Rabbi, right? I don't necessarily agree with everything that Rabbi says. Rabbi knows that, right? But Rabbi is a friend, right? And I'm not going to have anybody out there on Twitter try and make a name for themselves to call Rabbi this, that, and the other. I know Rabbi well enough, right? We all know Rabbi in the panel. And yes, he does say controversial things. But he says those things because he knows it winds up the other side, right? That's the only reason why he says it. He doesn't believe in half of that stuff that he says. Look, he's even nodding yet because he knows He's winding you up and you fall for it every time, right? But don't be attacking people that I bring on my channel here because you don't like what they do. If you stopped harassing Rabbi, I don't think Rabbi would be doing half of the stuff that he's doing. But it's because you are coming after him every day. So if you want Rabbi to stop, yeah, well then why not stop you ourselves, and then maybe he will stop. That's the thing. That's how that works, you know. If you provoke someone, they're gonna retaliate, and that's what he does, like the rest of us, right? It's just he doesn't give a shit, and he'll keep going because Rabbi doesn't let all of this get to him, whereas it would get to me and others out there. But Rabbi just doesn't care, and he'll keep going as long as you keep going. So if you want him to stop and stop all of the stuff that he does, well then stop calling him all of these things that you call him and stop attacking him. Simple as that. And I'll never stop having him on my channel, by the way, just to make that clear, because I see some of you are posted saying that, oh well, Noel, you could see that Noel was annoyed with Rabbi. Yeah, I do get annoyed with Rabbi. Rabbi gets annoyed with me. We all get annoyed with each other. If I don't like what Rabbi has to say, Rabbi knows, right? But at the end of the day, he has every right to say what he wants to say, right? Especially when he's being attacked. I woke up today, right, and literally 14 messages I had, right? And I checked them. And it's just people ripping the shit out of me, Rabbi and Lee. 40 messages of people just attacked. I haven't opened my mouth in a couple of days on Twitter. I put up that photograph of the baby Darlick, and then I wake up the next day and all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. It's unbelievable, right? But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't get annoyed with Rabbi sometimes with some of the things that he says. He knows that, right? But the thing about it is if Rabbi will talk to me, he'll talk to me. If he's upset me, he'll come and he'll talk to me. And if I'm upset with him, he knows I'll go and talk to him because that's the type of person I am. Right? So, no, I won't stop ever having him on the channel. He's a good guest. He's a friend. Right? And he has had my back in the past. So I don't care. If there's anybody out there that don't like me guests that I have on, well, then you don't have to watch me channel. It's as simple as that. Rabbi will always be on this channel, just like Daniel will and every other guest that I have on. They're my friends. And we don't say that lightly. These are my friends, right? So, you know, you can't come after me, so he's go after Rabbi, and then you say, oh, look, he's on Noel's channel, and Rabbi is being transphobic. They're not using the proper pronouns and all of this crap. Like, shut the hell up. Shut the bleeding hell up. We were talking about Elliot Page the other day, you moron. And we actually used the proper bloody pronouns, right? So, you know, selective. You pick what you want to pick, right? Charlotte, the link is in the chat for you there, love. And whoever else wants to come on, make it easier for you. Right, Rabbi has shared the thumbnail. So before I bring him on, I am going to share his thumbnail because I don't give a crap anymore. Let's see what his thumbnail is. Oh, Jesus Christ. Psychological. Oh my God. Identify Rabbit Cordonera fans as new personality type suffering from a mental disorder. It is, though. It is. And you know what? People might think, oh, Rabbi, did they bang out of order? No, you are right. It is. They all have something wrong with them because they're all unhinged. All unhinged. Lee, the link is in the chat. Come on, I feel bad for feck's sake. Get in here. It's not the same without you. Go on. Right, let's bring on our guest because he's been waiting a long time. He's come all the way from Scarrow and he settled down in Scotland. But he might be a Davros, but if Chris Chibnall has his way, some woman be telling him what to do. It's the one and only Scottish Davros.
Hello. Hello, how are you? And that's an awesome thumbnail.
That one is a brilliant thumbnail. I love it. I actually love it. Is Lee having a bit of a sulk? Lee, are you sulking? I've put the link in the chat for you, mate, because I feel bad. Are you sulking? Come on, buddy. Come on. I really love you. Come on. Yeah. I do. He's there. Okay. Right, let's bring him on because, again, we've got another visitor from another planet. And he's come a long way. And he set his roots down in Israel. Yeah. It's the one and only, the man with a plan, Rabbi from another planet.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
you're
Well,
well.
last year you had that hat on, and I remember.
Well, I'm full of festive cheer.
Yeah,
That is
and the
me.
year before I even met you, believe it or not, I used to watch one or two of your videos back in the day, and I remember watching when you had that hat on. I remember watching the video. I'm just going to say it out straight. I thought you were crazy. I said,
I think you're very right, sir.
this fella is crazy. But yeah,
by the way, I have to tell you, this wasn't me. This was like this psychologist. They had a paper which described them. Like it said, it described a group of people. It was them. They're like victims, and like they have a thirst for vengeance. That was the thing that makes them like it's them.
Yeah, I love the hat. Have to say, every year you put that on, we know it's Christmas now. Yay!
There you go. Get the bunting out.
That's it.
Although
that's
my wife has made Christmas pudding. She's made it already and got the mince meat ready for the mince pies. We're very excited here.
I don't celebrate Christmas, but you obviously do.
I do. Yes, we do like Christmas here in the Bay. It's a bit weird. I live in Samaria. I'm not even joking. Right. This is where Abraham kept his goats. And it's the only place you can find our Christmas crackers, but you can't pull crackers on the Sabbath. So I made special Sabbath friendly ones that pull apart easily.
Oh,
I put a lot of effort into it. I have friends coming. Yeah, we do. My wife does the whole. Although my son just bought a smoker. Freaking hell!
Oh no, it's gonna happen there. A bit of smoking. Yep.
Oh man, he smoked this meat last night. This like brisket.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so good.
I say so. Would you put a Christmas tree up now?
No, that will get me in trouble with the town and the lady wife. I fear, but I keep trying to get her to let me do one for. We have a holiday called Pouring, basically like St. Patrick's Day, where you got to drink, very until you can't tell. But the difference between good or evil, right? You got to drink a lot. And so I wouldn't want to put a Christmas tree up for that, but my wife always says,
do you know what? Now that you mentioned St. Patrick's Day, I would actually love to see what it's like on St. Patrick's Day in Israel, because over here it's carnage. Carnage.
Well, no, you've got to go to this other day called Purim, which is about it's around the same time.
Right.
Okay, here's the cool thing, by the way. Here's the cool thing about Purim. It's everybody does like this fancy dress stuff. Everybody like dresses up and stuff, and virtually every college girl in the entire country has a costume with the word slutty at the beginning. They're either a slutty bunny or a slutty hedgehog or a slutty. It's like I can't go outside. It's too exciting.
Right, let's bring on our next guests. So we've got Daniel's co-host with us for New Who, and it's a good episode. I actually love this episode, folks. Yeah. I still do think, though, and I'm going to say it is overrated. I'm sorry, but it is. It's still overrated as far as I'm concerned, but it's a good, solid story. And now we know the Weeping Angels are coming back. So if I were you guys, I would enjoy the Weeping Angels at their purest form, because when you know who gets his hands on them, it's game over. It's the one and only Charlotte. Anyway, how are you?
Hello. I watched this again, and I used to think it was a bit overrated. Now I don't think it is after watching it again.
Yeah, I'll watch it again. I might have a different opinion to it, because if you talk the same and you change your mind, you never know. I might change mine, but I
watched it today, and I was like, I'll just see. And afterwards, I was like, nope, this deserves all the praise it gets.
Okay, well, let's bring on another guest so we can get it going. It's the one and only, the whinge bag, the Englishman, whatever you want to call him. Why am I not coming on? I'm only messing. It's the one and only. He's going to give me hell now. Watch.
I'm going to buy you a file of facts.
You're going to buy me a file of facts for Christmas?
I think so, yes.
Right, but they're so 1990s. No,
I don't care. That's where you are.
Right, I know you're a bit of a boomer, but don't. By
the way, just before we get into the,
I've got one more person to bring on. We've got one more person.
I apologize.
Hold on, we've got the one and only PD Rich.
Hello. Do you like my new logo?
Oh, you got a new avatar.
Yeah, just in case I get sued by Disney. Now they're going ramping up aliens.
Oh yeah,
Good idea.
Better do that just in case. I better change it a bit.
I just seen Bumblebees landed on Netflix.
Announcement, all right.
It is the way they do tie logos. It's been shifted to the side.
Although I have to tell you, the trailer. I saw the trailer for Rogue Squadron. I've never been so pumped for a movie. Have you seen that thing?
Oh, well, with Patty Jenkins.
Yeah, that's one of the best teaser things I've ever seen. It got. I went from being, I have no interest in this whatsoever. I quite like Patty Jenkins, but I have no interest. To a minute and a half later, being like, I can't wait for this movie. This is going to be the greatest movie ever.
I have to be honest. Our video that she threw up, where she's sitting there at the car, she was rollerblading, and then she's at the car, you don't know what she's doing, and then she gets up and she's in the orange jumpsuit and she throws the helmet on, but she's telling the story about her father.
It's this incredible that's a great
teaser. Look, even I can say this safely. After seeing that, I want to see this movie.
Right? Doesn't it sound great?
Yeah.
It's such a personal story. You know it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
It's all about her life. It's about her father was a fighter pilot, right?
Yeah.
Who died in combat, and she's been wanting to find a story to honor him. And she said, "This is it." I'm like, "Oh man, this sounds like such a good movie."
Yeah, the only problem is though, Kathleen Kennedy is still there because she made all the announcements.
I like Patty Jenkins, you know. I think I trust Patty Jenkins. It's going to be a female-led, whatever. Who cares? Or maybe I don't know.
I don't care once it's good. And
exactly.
It has to leave the politics out of it. Like they do with the Mandalorian.
The same thing about the the Leslie Headland Star Wars one, the female-centric Star Wars. She's good. I saw Russian Doll. I thought she was good. I read an interview with her about 2 or 3 months ago, which they had on Bounding into Comics. She said freaking everything right. Even if she was lying her ass off, she was saying the right things. And I'm like, okay, fine. So, you know, I'm kind of excited about it. And also, I said, Russian Doll, I thought was interesting, innovative. What else?
I really liked it. I really liked that show. So it was really good.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Disney and Marvel, they've announced a lot of things now. Now, as I said, though, this doesn't work if they rush it all. They have to take their time with all of this.
Well,
is it true as well that Ryan Johnson has been given the green light to do a trilogy?
No, I think that's
not the green light.
No mention whatsoever.
Absolute no mention.
Nothing. Fans taking the piss
Nothing
out.
Related to the sequel trilogy as well.
The trilogy out after this meeting, didn't he? He thought they were going to give him another chance. He shouldn't get another chance anyway. Listen, he had an idea for a Star Wars trilogy that would have been great if they hadn't done The Force Awakens, basically. What he did is what I've been told is that the second film was already written before the Force movie had even started filming. So how could you do how could you make a sequel trilogy if you'd already created the second movie before the Force movie was even out in cinema? I just don't get that. I've never gotten that. Look, he tried some things in it. You know, some fans liked, some fans didn't, but he doesn't. I'm glad they've kept him away. If that is true, that must have been fans obviously taking the piss, which I'm glad. He should be nowhere near Star Wars ever again, this man. And I'd go as far as to say I think Kathleen Kennedy as well. It doesn't look, by looking at her announcing all of those things, I don't think she's gone anywhere. And there was rumors she's supposed to be gone, but I don't think they're gone.
No, this is what I think's happening, and I could be off with this. I think they announced so much stuff. I think there'll be certain projects she'll have a hand in, and they'll probably have all the politics, all the stuff we don't like, and there'll be certain shows that she's not allowed to touch. And I think that they're purposely going to fence stuff off for certain people, and she'll have her little politics bits, and Favreau and Fenoy, and they'll have their projects that she won't touch. I think that's what they're doing. They're basically quarterizing her by giving her bits of some of these shows and other bits she's not going to touch. I think that's how they're going to deal with her, having to keep her like.
That's interesting. I think that's a reasonable take. That's
she's a
reasonable
figurehead
take.
now. Yeah, she's become a figurehead, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of figurehead stuff. Like, of course, she had to be the one to announce them all. She's president of Lucasfilm. Who else is going to announce them all?
I think she's probably nothing more than a figurehead at this point.
That's it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Well, they can't fire her.
Creative control stuff.
I don't know. Well, time will tell.
That's what I mean, though. I think the purpose you go, okay, you get your little rogue projects, Kennedy, and then we'll let some of the
Charlotte's saying makes no sense.
Well, then we won't watch the Kathleen Kennedy projects.
Exactly.
Yeah. Watch her stuff.
And you know what I say? Even that Patty Jenkins one sounds like a Kathleen Kennedy project, but it sounds freaking awesome, right? It sounds fantastic.
Wonder if
that little teaser with her bleeding, I have to be honest, it did pump me up as well. I was like, yeah, this is something I actually want to watch. But they better not mess it up. Look, at Disney have a chance now to really make amends with fans. They've started okay with The Mandalorian. This is their chance now to actually heal the rest of the fandom now, because the fandom is starting to heal. You could see that some fans are starting to slowly come around. So they need to keep going in the same direction. And if they do, I do believe that they can make amends. It'll take them a long time, but they're making the effort. Let's hope now that these projects that they put out, number one, aren't rushed. And number two, they're done properly. They have to be done properly. The writing has to be spot on now, because this is their only chance now. They messed up the sequel trilogy. This is a chance now to kind of make amends for that. You won't fully ever make amends for it. That's the thing. But you can make strides. And this is a step in the right direction. The only problem, as I said, that I have is there's so many projects. And remember, Marvel as well are doing stuff that are connected to Marvel. So there's 20 shows that they're going to be producing over the next year or two.
I think it takes 2 years, but they got a bunch of stuff that's ready to launch now. They got the WandaVision, then they got Falcon and what's it called again? Is it Snowman? No, it's Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then what's the other one? They got then Loki. I mean, they're all set to drop over the next few months now. And Loki looks great. I mean, listen, I'll watch that. I'll watch all these things. Everything I've seen so far is stuff that says, yeah, I would go for the Andor show. Was that trailer looked great as well. I was like,
why make a thing with him in it? I mean, he's
gonna die.
He's dead. I mean,
it just looks like an interesting Star Warsy movie in an interesting era. I like that early Rebellion era.
Nah.
I think it was a fine character. And again, listen, the trailer looked good. The trailer looked like it was a tense Cold War kind of, war thriller. Which, okay. It's like the Lando stuff's probably like pandering as hell. But who knows? Listen, I keep an open mind until I see something. Most things I've seen so far has been good. Nothing's turned me off. I haven't seen can you think of anything that's turned you off yet?
Well, Disney.
No, I mean, from what they produce from these trailers.
To be honest with you, I haven't seen the trailers really. So
I was very negative until I watched a bunch of them today, and was like, "Well, that's pretty good." Well,
I don't know what you can get
over and over again.
I'll wait and see.
Lando is anything kind of turns me off because the solo.
Right, exactly. I guess we'll wait and see.
And Children of Blood and Bone, we know it's just a Kathleen Kennedy project.
Yeah, that's going to be all the worst things of her all over it. So
Willow sounds interesting, but I don't think you can do Willow in this day and age.
Well, I want to see Gina Carano.
Horrible idea.
Gina Carano show.
Another indie movie out your mind. Why, Harrison? Why?
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't wait to see him coming on his Zimmer frame.
It might not be him.
He needs the money. That's why.
I'm retired.
What's he need my money for now? Just go and retire.
I'm retired.
They all haven't been working during the pandemic, so they all would have been spending like blue arse flies. He's coming back because he won't get any other work. And they know that. He's at an age now where acting roles are going to come They're going to be few and far between now. So if Kathleen Kennedy comes to him and says, listen, we're going to do another Indiana Jones movie, he's not going to turn it down. And also, I think there is a kind of a will to kind of erase the last movie because it was so
yeah. Well, I don't trust him after the
and he
last
wants, and he wants to end the Indiana Jones franchise on a proper high note.
Too late.
It's too late. Exactly. It's about 5 years too late, in my opinion. I don't think he should do it, but he is going to do it because, as I said, he's not going to get the acting roles anymore. And if someone says to him, listen, if you want to reprise Indiana Jones, your most famous role, we'll throw a shit ton of money at you. Yeah, why not? And that's what will happen. And that's what has happened, I should say. And look, he won't be the only one. Bruce Willis apparently is going to come back for another Die Hard as well. I mean, come on.
96.
Like, how many of those movies do you need? And how many times does a cop have to be in the wrong place at the wrong fucking time?
He's just unlucky in life, isn't he?
Indiana Jones and the Return of the Zimmer frame. I mean, really?
Damn it, I belong in a museum.
Yeah.
I wouldn't listen. I don't. If this movie makes a connection to the old movies, I wouldn't mind that if it's done properly. You know, I'd really like them to link this one to The Last Crusade because that's what. Even though look, the other two are great, but for that's the one that I have a personal connection with is The Last Crusade. I think it's my favorite one. Yeah.
I don't know. I really like Temple of Doom. Well, no, here somebody just sent me this thing. I thought it was really cool. You'll be interested to see it. Completely off topic. It's not dirty. It's just cool. I just think it's cool. That's all. I thought you like it.
All right, hold on. Give me a second. Just organise and got me coffee.
And will Gina Carano get her show?
Oh yeah, I wanna talk about that briefly. Hold on.
Love Gina Carano.
So apparently this is what's gonna happen. So Gina has been told, if this is true, it was broken by bounding into comics. So basically, the deal is this: if Gina Carano apologizes for upsetting certain members of the community out there with her tweets, then they will give her her own show. Now I'm gonna say this: I love Gina Carano, but if she does apologize and she does do it to take this show, well, then I've lost all respect for the woman.
Yeah, don't do it, Judy. You've done nothing wrong.
I lost all respect for her.
But I want to say this, I want to make it clear. She does not owe anybody an apology. It is not her fault that there are snowflakes out there that are offended by every little thing. There's a thing called freedom of speech, right? And I think over the last few years especially, we have forgotten that we have freedom of speech.
Forgot we have laws, mate.
Freedom of speech. So if she apologizes to get this show, which if you think about, I don't think she has, because they would have announced her show while they were announcing all the other shows. You know what I mean? So she's obviously resisted up until now. Now, I know she'll want work, and this is an opportunity for her to get work. But the question, Gina, the question you have to ask yourself is it really worth selling out your personal beliefs to be on a Star Wars franchise? And that's what you need to ask yourself. And if the answer is yes, then go against everything that you've said and take the role. Or stay true to yourself and be loved by even more fans. And then us as fans will demand that you do get your own show. So hold out. Do not give in yet, because the fans, if you don't back down, we'll get behind you, we'll support you, and we'll push for a new show for you. Yeah, that's how it works. So she needs to be. I don't give a shit. She's forever criticized, and I don't think she gives a shit herself. Just stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. You've got your beliefs, right? And people mightn't agree with you, but you've got your beliefs. You've got your own ideology. Do not give in for a paycheck.
Well, I for one support Gina. So
do I.
Yeah, I mean it's outrageous. I mean, just because you got a bunch of hateful. Listen, what you got to apologise for to a bunch of people who wish her dead. A bunch of people who wished her dead.
Exactly. Are they going to apologise? No.
But she hasn't apologised for anything. She doesn't sound like she's about to.
No,
and I don't think she is. You know, I just say
Rabbi, did you see what Rod Roddenberry did today?
Oh God, I don't want to know.
Oh, he put one of those videos out. Oh, we got to bring all the fans together. Oh, we can't help it.
How?
And they went screaming and shouting about hate speech right at the end of the video. Like, bye. No, you don't want it. You just want
Isn't
to.
it
You know.
funny?
What about the hate speech on Twitter from these people?
Yeah,
You know,
well, the hate speech
that's hate
against
speech.
Shatner.
Wishing people dead.
Yeah, against Shatner and everyone else.
Yeah, I've had enough of it. You know,
No, but
that's
it's-
why I got my last account on Twitter suspended, was because I was defending him from these people who were insisting that he kowtowed to their demands, that he should accept being called cis.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work that way. I'm sorry, no, it doesn't. And like, you know, I just can't understand how we've come to this point. Like, you know, my apparent community behaving in this manner, it's disgraceful.
It's not your community.
I know there is no such thing anyway.
They're generally speaking sane.
The vast majority of people like me would not ever back this nonsense ever, and it's complete. It is a complete canard.
Yeah, I think we jumped on it on Doomcock's Army. I spotted it. Roger shoved it in everyone's face. So I just got Doomcock's Army and we just started ripping
Where's
it.
Retro Dicky? Retro Dicky was here and he's gone. Do us a favor, Retro Dicky. If you want to come in. Sorry, I didn't. We're going to start the watch along now.
He's got cold feet, I think. I told him to come on.
Right.
Get on here.
Come on,
Oh yes, sorry. I just somebody just sent me this. This is the artist on the comic book. I did the Imperium. This is he does these like little cards, these like trading cards, but he does this. He drew this himself. Wow. But here, check this out. It lights up. It's 3D and lights up.
No,
isn't that cool? That's crazy.
Awesome. Brilliant.
Right, I've got me Blink ready. Guys in the chat, while Rabbi is talking there, get Blink ready, please, in the chat. When you have it ready, please press one, let us know.
I'm ready, locked and loaded, baby.
Do me a favor, there's 50 of you watching, well, 49 of you watching right now. If you could do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, the usual stuff.
Ring that little bell.
There you go, scrolling down just to remind you there. That's what you do.
Oh, God.
Hey, no, I'm too much of a...
God indeed, Dan. Dear God
retro. It's okay. Come on. It's grand. Sure, listen, with Lee, me, and Rabbi on the panel, you're not going to get to say much. So, you know...
I'm calm and cool collected. You know me. I have a few opinions about things.
Yeah, like so.
Get your ass on here now, Retro.
Well, listen, if you don't want to, I won't force you. But you're
I'm forcing it. Come on.
No, you're not forcing it.
If I can request you don't force his ass on on old channel. At least
the community up, mate.
I think we would all be happier. No matter how much Christmas cheer we've had. You know what watchalong we should do? Oh, I just thought it. You know what watchalong we should do with Nell and I?
Oh, yes. 100%.
That's such a Christmassy movie.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I want the finest wines known to humanity.
I not right now, but no. At some point, we should do the with Nell and I watchalong.
But what? I didn't even hear what you said.
With Nell and I.
Movie with Paul McGannon. If I'm
I'll let you go and buy a copy of that to watch along.
I'll find it. I'll get it. I got it somewhere.
It's one of my favorite films.
Rabbi, I've just got Aliens and Predator, all the box sets.
Well, Predator. Let me think. I kind of like that last one they did with Topher Grace.
Oh, you like that
but
one?
I didn't like any of the. And I would watch Predator 2 if I was channel surfing, which I don't do it.
The original Predator movies. Any movies after that, forget about them.
Yeah,
that first one with Arnie, freaking awesome.
Yeah, and the second one in LA was brilliant, man.
Well, the good thing about the original, the original Predator was seeing Arnie cuckolded by this alien who was just so much more superior to him, and him having to fight someone who was actually better and stronger than he was. So that was great to see.
That was Jean-Claude Van Damme played him, and it was like in this big great costume. He hated it.
Big pink, like a pink lobster, didn't he?
Right.
And I was like, no. He walked off in the end, and they got someone else on. Winston redid the costume. Made this excellent.
Awesome movie though. Who did the mask? Yeah,
It's funny how all of these people are coming out of the woodwork because, you know, some dickhead on another YouTube channel is actually speaking up. Listen, as I said before, right? Going to say it one last time. Listen, Joe, if you don't like what I have to say, ignore me channel, right? All you supporters of Joe as well. If you don't like what I have to say, shut the fuck up, sit down and mind your own bleeding business. Simple as that, right? I'm not going here on a big rant or screaming or whatever, right? Because I've gone past all of that. Listen, you're a pathetic man. You lied. Right, you're gaslighting everybody, and now you're getting minors involved in your shit now because they're tweeting crap all over Twitter about me, and you've also gotten the other Mr. TARDIS involved as well. Listen, you're a sad little pathetic little asshole. You don't do these things by yourself. You need backup. I don't need backup, right? So listen, Joe, try take down my channel all you want, yeah, and with the help of all those other little gobshites. This is what's going to happen. You're going to fail like everybody else has failed.
None of his tweets have got a single like anyway.
It doesn't matter.
Honestly, who cares? Who cares?
Into the wind. You're a fraud. You're a fake, whatever you want to call it. And if your sources were legit, you wouldn't be waiting on some stupid newspaper article to come out and say, well, they began filming in October. But you said Joe filming in October.
What the article said.
One article.
Enough already.
The Twitter account never spoke about Doctor Who to back you up. And then that account was taken down. They lied. You use lawyers. And then 2 days later, after Jodie Whittaker confirmed that she wasn't filming, you weren't happy with that. What did you do? 2 days later, you come out with video. Well, they were filming, but they were doing external shots. Oh, by the way, Jodie Whittaker was spotted there with a big black jacket on, like, you know, the one like in Resolution, but it's a dark version of it. And you were singing and dancing, but you were wrong, right? And if you're say, I'll go back to this again and I'll say it to you again. Why do you need a newspaper article to try validate your source information if it
one article proves nothing? I'm sorry, you need multiple sources.
It doesn't matter. He's wrong. He said that Jodie Whittaker, this is the point. I don't care if they were doing external shots or filming fucking buildings. He said Jodie Whittaker was filming. That's what he said. He didn't say anything about external shots until 2 days after when Jodie came out and said that she wasn't filming.
That's
right?
True.
Don't be gaslighting your audience. Right,
no.
I've got videos and they're all
up.
Yeah. Well, why don't you produce these videos? Because you won't produce these videos. I'll tell you why. You do so fucking many. You say so much shit. You don't even know what you're saying yourself. You've got nothing to back you up. I back myself up. Right. So try discredit me all you want, and send private emails to people saying you're going to take down my channel. Go on, you sad little individual. The only channel that you took down is your own. I don't give a crap anymore, Joe. Do you know what? I was letting this get to me. It's not going to get to me anymore. Because you know why? You're a waste of sperm, a waste of space, mate. That's what you are, right? You used articles, right? You were caught out with your lies. And instead of coming out and actually saying, okay, I got it wrong. No, you decided to double, triple down. You've gotten in so far now. So stay where you are, right? Listen, your channel's going to stagnate. It won't grow, right? That's what you wanted. Well, it's not what you wanted, but that's what you got. And you deserve every single piece of it. And by the way, if you're going to sue me ass. You're a fraud. You're a failure as a book writer. There you go. There's stuff for you to use. Go on. Go for it. You'll get nothing out of me. You won't stop me. You never will stop me because you're a loser. Right. Let's do the watch along because I'm done messing. Oh, by the way, I will be doing a video on this because I'm not finished with your ass. I'm going to double down. It'll be on my second channel. By the way, I want to make this clear, Joe. The reason why it's going on my second channel is not because I'm afraid the video will be taken out because I'm showing tweets that happen to be fair use. I'm putting on my second channel because I know you'll get you and your 7 little minions to mass flag it. So I'll just put it on the other one. And again, I don't want to give you an audience anyway. You know, the other channel's small, so I'll throw it up there, get about 11 views or something. And that's okay. Don't want to be sending people over to you anyway because you're a waste of space. And by the way, don't send people to your YouTube channel. I don't need to. You've destroyed your YouTube channel all by yourself. And if I was the pylon, trust me, your channel would be gone. Your channel would be gone. Because the only reason why you're still up is because I've decided to let you. Yes, yeah, you might have a big head. You might think I have a big... The only reason why you're still on YouTube is because I allow it at this stage. Because all the shit that I have on you, I can have your YouTube channel taken down like this. right? I've got plenty of evidence, plenty of screenshots, plenty of slanderous stuff that you've said about me, and you've been caught out in your lies. I can have you taken down. The only reason why you're not is because I allow you to stay on. Remember that. And I don't give a fuck if anybody out there thinks I have a big head or anybody out there says, oh, look at the way he's talking. I don't care, right? This man's been coming after me ever since we started breaking Series 13 news, and I've had enough. You're only on YouTube because I allow it, you moron. Right. Go on.
Happy days.
Right, let's get this. Is everybody ready in the chat?
Yep, I'm ready.
I am ready.
Yeah.
Right, hold on. I see someone popped in and then left again. Was that Retro Dicky again? We keep missing them. Retro Dicky, if that was you, come in. Now there's 50 people watching, so one of them is probably Joe. Hey, Joe. So get your solicitor, yeah? Sue me. Will you be laughed at? Go on. But you know what this wants me don't
I hate to talk.
International law that you don't know, Joe, is you haven't got a leg to stand on. I could say whatever the fuck I want about you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Second, his solicitor realise he started it, it'll be over in 10 minutes.
And for all you people coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, no, Lee and Rabbi do this, right? He is backstabbing little pieces of disloyal pieces of shit. Don't ever come back to this channel again. Don't even pop into this chat ever again. Stay with Matrix Lord in his little circle, right? Go on. He's not wanted here. Fucking people coming out of the woodwork today attacking me like that's supposed to be friends of mine, but because of this moron. Yeah, well, you stay with him, right? Don't ever come back. Don't want an apology, right? Because they mean nothing. Don't ever come back to this channel. Stay away from this channel. And do yourself a favor, unsubscribe as well. You believe that comes out of that Joe fella's mouth, get off my channel. Simple as that. I only want people here that are kind, decent human beings. Yeah? And that's what we have in this community. Kind, decent human beings. And every day they're at my community, my channel is attacked by these fucking wretched pieces of crap. Well, I'm taking it no more, Joe. So sue me ass, because if you don't sue me, I'm going to do something about you now, right? Because you are wrong. You're a liar, right? So you apologize. I won't be apologizing for nothing, you moron, because everything I put out is rumor and speculation. And if you want to go around and tell people that that's fact, then that's down to you. You're the one that's lying to people saying that I'm saying that is fact when I never said that. So you owe this you owe this fandom an apology, and you owe me an apology, but I don't, you know what, won't get it. So keep doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, you know, you've stagnated your channel.
Who cares anymore? I don't care. This guy is just completely nuts now. So
yeah, he is, and I don't give a shit. See that article, by the way? See that article? Shove it where the sun don't shine. Right? You are wrong.
Anyway, we all saw the
You're still a liar, and you always will be a liar. And by the way, the fact that you needed an article, and everybody should open their eyes up about this, the fact that he using this little piece of information in this article to back up, even though he was lying and he's gaslighting people. By the way, he does say that his videos are timestamped. I would encourage people to go back and listen to his videos at that time. He speculates a lot. He doesn't actually say it's from sources. So don't be listening to this fella. He gaslights everybody. And by the way, you know, I still have people telling me I'm a legit source. Don't care anymore. You can say whatever you want. I've already proven to my audience and the people out there that cover my article, that cover my source news, that I'm legit, right? So let the others piss in the scream in the rain or whatever they want to call it, because you know what? At the end of the day, they're coming across as what they are. And I've said it and I'll say it again, jealous. Right, let's go. Right, is everybody ready in the chat? Press 1.
Ready when you are.
Pressing 1, pressing 1.
Ready when everybody else is.
Red 5 standing by.
Nobody gives a crap who he is, Dr. Dave. He's a nobody who thinks he's a somebody. That's the problem with Joe.
Right.
He thinks he's a somebody.
No, stop. We are now not talking.
Okay.
That's it, the Iron Lady has spoken.
Oh, Charlotte, you're wonderful. Thank you. Oh,
Stop.
Okay. I've been told.
That's you told.
I tell you, do what you told me. Don't.
Red 3 standing by, says
that's
Chris.
it, yeah, that's Charlotte banned from the Watchalong.
Don't worry,
By the way, I
Charlotte.
have to say, Num mentioned if when we do a with Nell and I watch along, we should all make our own Clapham carrots. I think that's quite a good idea. That's
I think it's Camberwell carrot.
Campbell carrot. My mistake.
Right.
Are we ready?
Yeah,
I'm ready. Is everybody ready?
Episode.
In
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, the start of this.
Sally Sparrow action.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised.
By the way, no, I'll keep offering to upload the new Who ones, and every time I do it, you say, "Oh, there's no need. We can get it easily."
Yeah, I have it on DVD, but maybe you should for the people that don't have it.
All right, fine. I'll try and do it next week.
This is yeah, award-winning episode, and it was a Doctor and Companion Lie episode.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works though, because I think Moffat just probably thought there's hardly any Doctor. I can just go a bit crazy and do what I want because he didn't have to fit the conventions.
This is the second script, isn't it?
And this is the type of story that I would introduce somebody with, because you don't have to really know anything about the Doctor's backstory. You can just enjoy it for a piece of entertainment, and if you enjoy it, you can always go back.
Yeah, certainly can.
Yeah, this was the story he wrote for the yearbook, I think, in the first year.
Oh, did he?
Right, and Sally Sparrow was much younger.
Oh, I see. You had to age her up a bit.
Right, exactly. He said, like, if you're doing a story, then it's okay to do a younger kid. But if you're doing and this all came straight from the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're doing it on TV, it's not going to be so relatable.
No. It's going to be like watching Grange Hill, isn't it?
Right.
See, I love the design. I just love the design. Like I said, watching this again, I hadn't seen this in years. And that's what's been fun for watching the new Who for me. I'm watching series 1, 2, and 3, which I haven't watched in donkeys yet. And it's such a simple and effective design.
Right, exactly. Well, that's really what Moffat at his best, really trying to take the mundane things you see every day and make them like cracks in walls, for example.
Yeah. Still love it.
But this was like the sight you see in plain sight every day.
Yeah. I still love this intro.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You just get the happiness they had doing this.
Yeah.
Just bleed through.
Whenever I can see the oh god, sorry, it's going off.
And also for a Moffat script, he writes the interpersonal stuff quite well in this, because that's usually Russell's sort of forte. In this, you don't see a lot of what's Kathy at all, but you like her quite quickly, and you sort of when she gets what happens to her, you feel sorry.
This is really clever. I forgot about all of this.
Yeah, sets the story up really well.
Well, it's a Moffat story, isn't it? So with a Moffat story that it's going to be clever. The problem with Moffat,
and it's constructed very, very well.
Series 7.
That's what I mean. I mean, look, when he was under RTD, he was very clever, but then when he took over himself, he went a little bit too crazy. You need Moffat, great writer and all, we know that, but I think Moffat works better when he's under restraints, when he's under a showrunner, and I think he's come under RTD. Now, heaven sent, obviously,
his first series was very good, though.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm just saying he you know, he did all these complicated threads, and as you know yourself, some of them were never answered. So
right, and listen, his first series I think was very good. The second series kind of went off the rails.
Yeah.
The third one was he tried to do something different, and I think kind of brought it back a bit.
Yeah.
And honestly, I like the whole Matt Smith era. I think it holds together quite well.
I think I was just a bit critical when it was happening, if you know what I mean. And after looking back,
Well, yeah, I'm much more like that now with the looking back at Capaldi.
Yeah, same as.
See, that's where I'm really interested when we get to Capaldi, because stuff with Tennant, which I wasn't too hot on, I've really enjoyed. So when we get to Peter, I'm really intrigued how I'm going to react again, because I really struggled with Peter.
I mean, the trouble with Capaldi is his first season, in my opinion, really had the most unwatchable episodes.
Some of those episodes were just dire.
Right.
And his opener, I'm sorry, it was too long. Deep breath, it was too long.
Yeah. And you know what? And they extended it 20 minutes. You take 20 minutes out of that, you've got a good episode of Doctor Who.
Exactly, yeah.
Somebody should do an edit.
Yeah. I did not like the Dalek episode in that series. I thought it was awful.
What was the Dalek episode that year?
Journey to Inside the Dalek.
Actually, I didn't mind that. I think that actually worked quite well.
I
rewatched that about a year ago.
Yeah. Everyone else freaking about Listen. I thought that was all right, actually. I didn't mind Listen.
Listen, I thought, I was less impressed with.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but it was a Doctor Who story, so you kind of,
right.
Couldn't stand Robots of Sherwood. Oh.
This bit with the grandson's coming up. I love this bit with the grandson.
Oh, yeah. Okay, stuff.
Paul and Bado in the chat, if you could get rid of him, he's making some sort of threat there, please. If you could just remove him. Thank you. He's probably a Matrix Lord fan. The whole 7 of them. So get rid of him.
Great, someone's got him.
Thank you.
Because you'd only get this concept in Who. This is such a thing. I think this is what I enjoyed watching it again. I just remember thinking, you wouldn't get this episode in any other program. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Like with the plot and the time travel and the monsters, and it's just Who, just so brilliant.
Would anybody explore an abandoned building like that, says Rob Fellows? Yeah, you have those urban explorers.
Oh, yeah, there's videos.
Urban exploring, yeah.
It's actually a big thing, Rob. We were watching some last night, and I said to Cheryl, actually, I said, I wouldn't mind doing a bit of urban exploring myself, because you can go into these creepy hospitals and stuff, and crap starts happening. And I love stuff like that. So I'd be down for it, yeah.
Abandoned Engineering, that's a good show for it.
Yeah. But YouTube has plenty of all of that, buildings and stuff. We've got Lex, the Penguin Soldier, in the chat as well. Welcome.
Hello.
This is very cool. The way they're building it up.
That's what I mean.
I really think Flesh and Stone and Time of the Angel, whatever. Really, I think that was a great sequel.
It was. They're my favourites. They're my two favourite episodes. I think they're even better than Blink, because you get to learn a little bit more about the lore of the angels as well. Like that.
Well, I have to say it's much better. I rewatched it because I listened to the David Tennant River Song box set, and now with those stories in place, their whole relationship works a lot better, makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
it's like a missing theory you didn't know you needed, and it's really like kind of important.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the getting what I see that and see that there's advantage having like finished adds more and adds more meat to the bone of a particular character and their relationship.
Yeah. Also, I love Sally's reaction that she's angry, because it's such a natural reaction. She's not like, That's something you would be if somebody came to you saying, "Oh, I'm the grandson of your best mate you've just seen." You'd be like, "What? You'd just be, no, this is a joke." Like, I love her reaction, and that even when she's got the photo, she still doesn't believe him.
Right.
Like, even that, it's still just so weird and strange. Her brain still can't compute it, and that's what we like as humans. Even when we've got evidence, sometimes,
yeah, 100% correct.
Our
That's
brains
actually what one of the best bits about Rose was when she first got into this TARDIS, right? Her first reaction is she burst into tears. And it was such a real emotion. I love that. I think it was so authentic. This is the same.
Well, she burst into tears because she sees Mickey's head melting and she thinks Mickey is dead.
Yeah.
No, she burst into because it's getting.
It's a shock.
No, because he says he's an alien, and that's when she's like, he gets like, oh yeah, it's a culture shock. I understand.
Yeah, it's like being on the shoulders of giants, kind of culture shock. You suddenly see something that's more powerful, bigger, knows more than you do. Like, oh shite.
See, I would argue the culture shock is more the end of the world, where she literally sees them.
Yeah. You're right.
I'd say it's more shock of just the TARDIS.
Well, after she says hello to everybody, do you remember she starts staring around the room and all the creatures start kind of running around her and she kind of runs out and then she goes to the platform. That's when she has a go at the doctor then. And then she says, "Oh, I won't give out give out to the designated driver." But you could see right there, yeah, because he was basically showing off. And that's when he does the thing with her phone. And then that kind of settles her down then when she's able to talk to her mum. And then she that's the thing that she needs to kind of be able to say, okay, this isn't that bad. Because then she goes and talks to the blue alien then a little while later. So, your woman, Blue, I call her Blue. Blue, da da dee da da.
By the way, that scene just now when she turned around and the hands went from like being down to being up. Really clever.
See, that's why I don't know if you guys think this, because I've seen some people argue watching this again, knowing the sort of trick, it's not as scary. I think it's almost more scary because at this point she doesn't know.
I think it is too. I agree with you.
And you know, so you go, no, don't turn around, don't turn around.
Yeah, I find now I know what these things are. They're much more scary. Because you didn't know how evil they were until the next story.
Yeah, but you're scared for her, isn't it? It's a bit of you're scared because she at this point is just sort of wandering around aimlessly, not obviously knowing because she wouldn't know.
But I like that they had David Tennant in it just at the beginning, so you got like, you had an idea. You're still watching Doctor Who.
Yeah. Just in case you tune over from Casualty, or
Well, yeah, as opposed to now where they try and make it look like Call the Midwife to keep you there.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. What's good about this show is, but what's good, very clever about this episode is that David Tennant's hardly in it with Martha Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. It still feels like a Doctor Who episode. You do know that the Doctor's still out there. And the villain itself, I mean, if it wasn't the Weeping Angels, I don't think this would have been as good, to be quite honest with you. It was very clever of Moffat. This is absolutely... Look, the Weeping Angels are dead. They are. Kind of a bit of a gimmick. Now, while I do have me worries with Chris Chibnall doing them, I just hope he does do them justice because they don't...
Oh, who cares what he does with them? It's not Doctor Who. It doesn't matter.
We still want these villains. It doesn't matter.
Why now?
He could have Yaz scissoring the Weeping Angels. It wouldn't make any bloody difference.
Dr. Why am I watching this?
The Weeping Angel because she's a plank. So we don't...
Well, there you go. We wood against stone.
It'll just go great the
rock, paper, scissors.
Exactly. That'll be the name of the episode.
Paper scissoring.
And here we go, the first bit of the video being shown. I'll tell you what, though, this shows Tennant, but this shows he's not even in the scene, and you're just watching a video of him, and you feel that sort of command, don't you? Especially when he does the instructions at the end. It's like he's literally in the room, even though he's not. Like you said,
Yeah.
Testament
Oh,
to
Gregory
Tennant,
just
really.
like funny in the chat about the new Doctor. The Doctor feels bigger on the inside. Oh, but yeah, as you were saying, the Doctor, it does feel like he's still in it, even though he's not.
And he's probably thinking, "Oh, I've got a bet. What are you doing here, and why are you speaking to me?" Probably doesn't get a lot of attention, this bloke.
No. Works in a DVD shop, so probably not.
That's what I mean. I think Moffat now and again would have these sort of bit geeky characters, wouldn't he? So
yeah. Wouldn't have DVD shops now. All the small businesses have gone out of business.
Yeah. We have DVD shops anyway. Everything's download, isn't it?
I know. It's like Gary was saying, downloading is just a new video store, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
You see, this gets me in trouble. Look what just commented. Yeah, scissoring a weeping angel. Looking forward to that thumbnail from the rabbi. You know, like, yeah, that's just baiting me. And now
He'll do it.
The nut crowd, like, seeing it. I'm thinking their heads exploding, and I want to do it.
Yeah,
angels don't have any legs and they're concrete. There's no chance of them.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. But the implosion on the nut crowd will be so funny.
Yeah. That's one of those damaged
it's worth
angels.
the effort. That's the trouble.
Have to be one of those damaged weeping angels, ones that still got a bit of leg.
Right.
Yeah.
So Emily just threw up on the Twitter 12 minutes ago. So her Christmas special tweet along will be the Runaway Bride.
That is a great episode.
So,
it's an alright episode, but I just thought, I just didn't like Donna in it.
Well, they voted. She's letting the.
There's that wibbly wobbly, timey wimey line.
Yeah, that's the first use of it.
Yeah, and to be honest, no, that's actually my favourite Christmas special, and my favourite, and like this, even more of the Christmas special a Christmas Carol is underrated.
Oh, I adore that one, Daniel. I adore it.
Yeah, I enjoy that as well. It's good.
Yeah.
I love this bit. Go to the police. Go to the police. And that's what everybody does say when they watch these things.
Yeah.
That was a really good little term where you just seen the guy say, "Go to the police," like talking to the TV, right?
See, that's one. Sometimes I think Moffat can be a bit too meta with his commentary in episodes, but it works when it's stuff like that.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah, it works when it works.
It doesn't work for me, and he did this in Sherlock as well. When it became too obvious, he was pointing at the audience with his comments, like the message.
Right. Breaking the fourth wall, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Whereas that's a thing that everybody says when they watch horror movies, isn't it? It's not too much of a pointed thing, so that's why it works, I think. Oh, she's blinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like this episode. I can see why it's so well loved.
Yeah, it was an award-winning one. Won about 2 or 3 awards, I think.
Well, you've got what's her name? She became a big film actress, didn't she? Afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Spot on, Charlotte.
Yeah, won a Welsh BAFTA, a normal BAFTA, and a Hugo Award.
Oh, Billy, I like Billy.
Yeah, he was a great character.
Billy Shipton.
And again, listen, I mean, look, they're like real people. They can't write black people or women like this anymore.
No.
Oh, you couldn't write Billy. He'd be like, he'd offend everybody.
He'd have a halo over his head.
You can't flirt in anything nowadays, so he would be banned. You couldn't write him.
All of this nonsense about inclusion and diversifying things, right? Doctor Who's always done it. It's a lot of crap from that other loud mouth side, right? They just But to them, it's the wrong sort of.
Yeah, but look, if you did that now, look at what Star Trek Discovery. You got her hovering around like she's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I don't watch Discovery anymore. Thanks,
I don't blame you, mate.
Oh, you're lucky to be out. It's awful.
Yeah, it's pointless.
I'm watching Rabbi's review. I'm surprised he didn't have a brain aneurysm watching that. You're a braver man than I, Rabbi.
I tell you, it's getting to a point where I'm going like, would I rather? I'm trying to work out what I would rather do than watch Discovery. I'm getting to the point of fingering my ass. Right? I've never thought it before. I mean, that's how bad it is. I'm like, oh, maybe that'll be over quickly.
Yeah, can they make Star Trek Discovery episodes 25 minutes long?
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt so much.
I don't know how long you think your ass off for, but I'm like a more like 4 or 5 second guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gregory.
25 minutes sounds kind of crazy, but you know what? I don't want cast aspersions.
Gregory in the chat keeps saying, "Thanks for scaring my cats again, Noel. I love your channel."
Yeah, he said that on a number of comments. So you do it quite a bit.
Yeah,
Gregory, you're going to get labelled as the crazy cat guy.
The more I see this, the more convinced I am that Melka is a weeping angel.
Yeah, I'm starting to agree with you.
Yeah,
makes so much more sense if that's what it is.
So here's the question: how did they get the key? So did he like drop the key of the TARDIS?
It's probably, very, very cleverly written in solidly somewhere.
Yeah, we've just not noticed.
Completely missed it.
the amount of people. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be accused of scaring animals now. Next.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they might as well. Sure, they accuse me of everything else. They might as well accuse me for animal abuse.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm going to warn you guys, I might have to turn my camera off in 5 minutes. It got me today, teary.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even expect it to happen. I was just watching it, and I was like, afterwards, I was like, God, I didn't expect to get teary.
I'm just taking right time period, David. It's very tense.
But the guy's probably got a banging headache, and he's got Tennant like rabbiting on next to him.
It's a good concept.
It is, isn't it?
Such a good concept.
Wow. But here's the thing, after he gets back his own TARDIS, right? This was the thing that puzzled me, right? Now, I do know he ended up getting and ended up getting married to another woman and whatever, and he had that life together. But what I couldn't understand is why the Doctor asked him to take the long route around, right? When he would have got his TARDIS, would have went back to that point in time, could have got Billy, shipped him, and brought him back to the present.
I'm guessing paradox. That's maybe
there is a paradox in there somewhere, and that's why, because he's become part of future events now. So
yeah, that's how I've always thought about it. That's why the Doctor, because if you think of that logic, there's so many times the Doctor could have just saved people by living in the TARDIS. So there has to be something to stop him.
Yeah, you're right. Charlotte, sorry.
Oh. Stony D makes a good point. I've never understood why Doctor Who fans recommend Blink as a gateway episode for new viewers. It literally, unlike every other Doctor Who episode,
That's a fair
and
point,
just
isn't it?
not all like the show you're recommending. Exactly. I mean, I do
You know, which is
agree
a
that
good
Blink
gateway
is the best.
episode.
And I do hear people say that. Say no, don't watch Blink first. If you're gonna watch New Who, watch it from the start. The very first episode of Christopher Eccleston, and because even though Rose it's aged badly. Look, once you get past that first episode and you get to the second one, then it should start growing on you. Then, if you're not a fan of it after say the first 4 episodes of season 1, then this show isn't for you. To be quite honest with you, because 4 episodes in, you'll have Dalek as well. So. I mean, I would go with season 1 of Christopher Eccleston if you wanted to recommend it to new fans, because by the third episode, is it the third or fourth episode, we get Dalek.
Six.
But no, it depends on the person. Like Keith Ailes, who was DVD Minefield? I can't remember the name of his channel. He's a big Star Trek fan, and he likes Blink 7. Yeah, but he doesn't like Doctor Who, right? And when I was watching Time of the Angels last week, I realized that early Matt Smith era, especially Time of the Angels, is the most like most like Star Trek. Like I can see the Matt Smith season 1 crew easily crossing over into Next Generation, right? Like they can easily land. It just thematically, stylistically, they feel similar. So that's why I recommended that to him.
See, I would say Blink's a good partner episode. Pick a Doctor Heavy one and then recommend Blink. So then you have both sides. That's how I would recommend it. Because I'm biased, I would say 11th Hour and then a Blink.
Great episode.
11th Hour is good, yeah.
But I'm a teensy bit biased, so.
You might have to start at the beginning. If you don't like it by Dalek, then
Listen, don't pussy out. Start with Unearthly Child. Plow through.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get to
don't like it for the Dalek story, that's it. No hope.
Oh, he's got that line. Life is long.
And Doctor Who, the official site, have announced that they're doing a Twitter watch along.
Is it another Jodie episode?
Resolution. 7 p.m. the 21st of December 2020, and only 56 people have liked the tweet, 90 retweets, 15 quote tweets, and 1,121 or 23 likes. Yeah, this area is popular, all right. I remember when tweets used to get 20, 30,000 likes back in the day. Even the videos, you watch the videos as well, the videos are down by thousands. Nobody likes this era, and they can keep trying to plug it all you want. You want to remind fans how bad it was, put Resolution on, put the Timeless Child on, put them all on. Keep
I've always said the worst thing they can do is make an air more Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Let people see. I mean, that's it's going to kill it. I'm really intrigued.
Wait for Series 13. Series 13 is going to be the best thing that I'm ever going to review.
It's like watching two trains crash at full speed into each other.
And not only will I be doing panels, I'll also be doing my own singular videos as well. Because in panels, I don't get to say what I want to say, everything that I want to say. So I'll do a panel review, and then I'll do my own personal review as well.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
So,
by the way, the changes you're talking about at the beginning for what you want to do next year, I think they're all good ideas there now.
Thank you. I think if we start early enough, say we decide to do classic and new Who on the same day, right, and we keep it at Saturday. Just say, for example, right, and instead of starting at 7 like we always do, we'll start at 5. We'll do the new Who watch along first, and then what we'll do then is straight after that, then we do the classic, but we do them all on the one stream. And that way,
okay.
What?
I would say that would work better for me, because 5 is sometimes my tea time, but I'll be on classic anyway, so that works if you do
That'll
New Who
work
about
out. By the
five-ish.
time we're finished New Who, then you'll be finished your tea, and then you could
Roughly,
join
yeah.
it. Then if you can't make it for New Who, then obviously because it'll be the same panel. So whoever the panel is on New Who will be the same panel that'll be on Classic Who as well.
No, I don't think I can make it due to
I love this guy's face.
using that bit. I can still pop on for the third different options. No, like moderate the chat. I don't think I can come on for like a panel if you start at 5.
Well, you're on the classic
Thinking about
panel
it.
anyway. So the classic panel will be after we finish. You know us, we talk for a little bit
Yeah.
when we do the New Who. So the classic panel will probably end up near enough the same time that we do the classic panel now. It might be a half an hour earlier, but we look at I haven't made a definitive decision yet, right? Obviously, I have to take into account yourself, Charlotte, and everybody else on the panel before I make a decision. That's why when after Christmas we'll all get together, everybody that does Beyond Me panels, and we'll get in a big chat, and then we're going to sort out once and for all who's going to be on what panels, what times the panels are going to be at. We'll all make that decision together, yeah? I won't make any decisions without anybody that's on the panel. I'll let you know whatever decisions made, or you can help me make those decisions so we can make sure that everybody can be part of it. Because I want to leave one day for myself where I actually come out and rant and rave and do whatever I want to do and talk about. Because as I said, yeah, it's just all panels, and I feel, look, it's all great. I love them. But I feel like I'm not getting to say everything that I want to say because I have to, let other people have their say, which, as you know yourselves, can be very difficult for me. So
also, also as well, I can actually considering getting you to come onto my channel and finally, so we'll need to sort out a time for you.
No, we will. Listen, whenever you want me on, I told you already anyway, I leave it up to you. Whenever you want me on, let me know. And even if it's not a day that I stream, what I'll do is I'll take a day off my channel and I'll come onto your channel. That's how I'll do it. So whenever you want me on, just let me know. And I'll behave myself. Don't worry. When I'm on other people's streams, I will behave. So you won't have to worry about that. I'll be a good boy.
It's all right, though, because Charlotte has to keep and has to keep in check in my panel.
I think that's my job is on his stream.
That's why I call her the Iron Lady, you see. See, she gave out like the Iron Lady.
Don't want to mess around.
This is the best part of this episode coming up now.
Yeah.
It's been a good episode, hasn't it? It's been really riveting.
Yeah. Very clever.
Like I said, he's not even there, and it's like they're having a scene, like a conversation. It's just so good acting and writing.
Yeah.
This bit, don't blink. It's very like.
Lanyard of that. There's a lanyard I used to wear to university. It was "Don't blink." I changed it for Red Dwarf because that university got so bad.
See, that is scary. Just with the fangs and everything.
And to get an apparently they're going to be on another Big Finish story next year, Charlotte.
With which Doctor? Do we know?
It's 2022. Sorry, it's out of time. It's out of time for you. That's the one that that's the one that and what's his face in Owen Baker.
Oh, my favourite, as you can tell from the last live stream.
Yeah, my favourite too. I'll tell you what I'll do though. Well, Charlotte, I'll get you on I'll get you on for a big finish every year sometime.
What, of Colin?
Oh Christ, no.
I was going to say, we'll just be
Colin
too
will apologise
random.
to them. Sorry, I have to help the Weekend Angels now because everyone else.
Just smash the glass, you silly woman.
That's what I was thinking as well.
6 Doctor Weekend Angels will start apologising to them.
Oh God. Right, I'll actually edit and give an honest review, but I can already tell Colin because going to irritate
Gone,
me.
hasn't he?
No, but here's the thing. If that means 10 has a bit of a moment and tells him off, that'd be amazing, mate.
Oh yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, let's go down to the cellar. There might be a way out. Yeah,
Yeah, go down where it's nice and dark.
yeah.
Yeah, Charlotte, that'd be so wonderful. You'll just see me going like this and jumping for joy, going, yes. Although, like, to be honest, it's kind of a bit you know if you really think about it.
No, this is
There's a
really
thought-
clever what he does at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Really clever.
It's kind of an easy way. It's kind of an easy way out if you really think about it.
No, it's not, because he's using their own weakness against them.
Yeah.
That's what the Doctor does. He doesn't, half the time he uses a weakness of the villain, or their cockiness, or their sort of attitude of superiority against them, and he's just doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, good point. You make a good point actually.
Because he knew they would be tempted by the TARDIS as well. Like, he knows that's their also massive, like,
Yeah, because
massive
they're
base.
wrong like weird
God, I
temple
just made a
stuff.
mistake. Someone left one of the lights underneath the TARDIS. God, someone you could see it. Oh dear.
I do find it quite funny that something from Gallifrey has a DVD disc drive
Yeah.
thing.
Although,
They just showed the thing grating underneath the console, and you could see one of the studio lights in there. But oh god.
and yeah, although to be fair though, Charlotte the TARDIS and the TARDIS is billions of years old. So yeah, I do take you for.
Something you just laugh at though. You just go, okay.
Yeah, I do kind of take your point because the TARDIS is billions of years old.
And it's alien.
And you would have been actually expect a DVD here to be on a type of the TARDIS.
They're looking at themselves. What if you get
And
down?
trick them. That's, I understand what you mean, that it could feel a bit like it's a cheap out, but
Yeah.
at the
No,
end,
it's a great villain.
no, Dan was talking about how he gets them to look at each other.
No, I think it's a great, denouement. I think it's really, really clever.
Yeah.
It's very Seventh Doctor.
Yeah, he'd do that.
And the Doctor, he's always got a manipulative side. It's just decides when he wants to show it or not. Because he sort of tricks them. He makes them think they're about to die, which is a bit Seventh Doctor.
And yeah, I mean, I don't like to, I mean, I don't like to actually see, again, take on the Angel Charlotte. I think that would be
Oh, yes.
an
Big
interesting
Finish
one.
need to do that.
Yeah.
Was this the first of the light episodes, not having either a doctor or a companion?
Second.
No,
The first was
no,
Love
we
and
had-
Monsters.
Yeah, we had Love and Monsters.
Oh, that's right. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
next year they did 2 light episodes. They did Midnight and A
the
Turn
first.
Left.
Yeah.
I
Love
mean,
Midnight. Great episode.
the this episode is in the same as the
10th
top
planet.
good episodes of random shows. I mean, stylistically, it's almost to the same format, but with a different sci-fi element.
Yeah. The doctor took a sickie in Death Planet. Yeah. Remember that.
Yeah.
Disappeared for an entire episode.
And
Got
here
knocked
we
out.
get and the circle's completed. She's the one that gives him the information.
Yeah.
See, this is why I'll always say Moffat, when it's a single episode and he doesn't have to worry about like an arc or over stuff, he can
No,
complete his plots
He's
and
a
they
good
work.
sprinter. He's not a marathon runner, though. That's a problem.
Yeah,
David
he's a
was
sprinter.
a
I
marathon
think that's a
runner.
good comparison.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously got 60 minutes, he has to finish the story, he can't leave anything, so then he will finish what he starts off to do.
Mhm. Yeah. 4 kings and a lizard. And then she'd end up being in Hollywood.
I mean, she is a fantastic actress, to be fair.
This was a great episode. I forgot how good this was.
I
This is
did the
what I
same
come back
thing.
to information. I mean, look, I remember it being great, but wow.
That's what I did throughout
I
my
love
today.
the music and showing the statues. This is brilliant. This part here.
Yeah.
And obviously Tennant saying don't blink, so it's like the repeat repetition in your head, isn't it?
I saw a statue move one time, and then I realised I was pissed out my head.
That will do it.
That
You're
would
stoned.
explain
I did it.
Pay money for that, no?
And next week we have
Utopia.
the end of the universe.
Oh, I know this.
Yes.
This is it, the 3-parter.
Yeah.
And we have a welcome return of Captain Jack.
Yay.
Yeah, the episode that made that sort of the episode that convinced me how much I love Jack. That's one of the things I know about Utopia.
And yeah, John Barrowman is excellent. Oh, hail John Barrowman.
Oh, that scene with him and Tennant when he's basically laying it out. I just love that scene in Utopia.
Oh, that was great. I can't wait.
And that's the last of humanity. I thought the ones at the end of the last series was the last of humanity.
Yeah, well, you know, Chibnall and all that. Right.
Yeah.
Let's do this then. So everybody in the chat gives our ratings for Blink, and then we're going to go through the whole panel. But we'll start with Rabbi, just in case Rabbi has to head off first. So we'll
Rabbi is going to head off. I'm heading up to bed. I'm going to give it a 9.5. Very impressive. Very impressive. I think they did an excellent job.
Fantastic. Have you any competitions or anything to announce?
Oh, I really should, but I'm too tired. Ugh.
Okay.
I'll put it off my Stephen, whatever.
Anyway, Rabbi, so there you go.
Right then, so we've got a couple of 10s there. Look at there.
Night, everybody.
No,
Good night,
Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Yeah, so well, thanks for the psychology information, Rabbi. It's been very useful.
We've got a couple of 10s there, a 9, couple of 9s. Here we go. Right, Daniel, give your rating for this week's episode, Pat.
I'll give this a out of 10. I'm taking appreciate them, but I shown and it was something different and and it shows even it shows him even more of it on his on upland arm. So yeah, I mean 10 out of 10 and great cast as well. So 10 out of 10.
No problem, Charlotte.
I'll give this a 10. Like I said, I remember thinking, oh, was this a bit overrated? And then I watched it again, and I think there's no wasted space, there's no wasted air. Every scene has a purpose and it moves forward. The angels, I agree. I think in their core, pure form, they are one of the best things Moffat's ever done because it's simple, it's something every day which is turned to be scary. And I really love Sally, actually. I forgot how well Sally was written. She's likeable, she's active, and she's a brilliant sort of heroine character. So I'll give this a 10.
No problem. Lee?
Yeah, I don't think it's overrated at all. I think it's its place amongst the pantheon of great Doctor Who stories. I really enjoyed the concept. I think the introduction of the Weeping Angels was another great concept. And I think it was a very good timey-wimey story with that, which I hate that line. But anyway, no, I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. No
problem. PD Rich?
Same here, solid 9 out of 10. Very good story. It definitely deserves the awards it won. And it shows that Moffat is more of a sprinter than he is a marathon runner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Well, for me, it gets an 8 out of 10. Only for the reason is I know that the Matt Smith Weeping Angel stories are much better than this, in my opinion. This is a good episode, but I still at the belief, and I even after watching it, I still do believe this episode is hyped. I think the next 2 Weeping Angel stories with Matt Smith's Doctor are much better. I think we get to learn a little bit more about them as well. And I actually think that the 2-parter is a lot scarier than this, but it's still got the atmosphere. The part where they're in the house is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, as I said, I haven't changed my opinion. I'll always believe that Blink is overrated, and yeah, it still feels that way because I think the Time of the Angels and the other one, I keep forgetting what the second part.
No, it's Flesh and Stone.
Oh, Flesh and Stone and Forest of the Dead. Not Forest of the Dead. Jesus.
Time of Angels.
Yeah, Time of Angels. I think that's a much better Weeping Angel story.
As well. I love that.
So I think that's better than Blink. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for me. So yeah, there you go. So that's it, really. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Yeah. Well, there you go. Next week is going to be great. Utopia. Look forward to that. 3-part finale, isn't it? No, 2-part finale. Sorry.
3-part.
Because you get Utopia sound in the drums and you get
that's right.
Time Lords, yeah.
Yeah. Not bad finale. It wasn't the great. It's still. I mean, You Are Not Alone line. Obviously, next week we'll find out who it is, and that is a bit exciting. But I think next season's ending is much better than this season's, but it's still a good one. Still good. It's got the master.
I just love the way this whole season Moffat keeps saving the Doctor, and he just doesn't realise it's like that's why she leaves in the end. Got sick and tired of saving him.
Yeah, so that's it really. As I said earlier on, though, Gary from Neurotics did say something about a baby Dalek.
Jesus
now,
I bet it's just the character options.
Now, I'll just say this. I have gotten in contact with him, and he said it's just purely speculation at the moment, but he is trying to find out if there's anything in this. Now, if there is, I'll let you guys know. But Before we do go, I actually did want to ask you about this. How would you feel? And each panelist, I'll give you a few minutes to answer. But how do you feel if this is what he's going to do? He's going to rip off Star Wars and give us a gimmick. Like, now, Mandalorian did do it properly, right? At first, I was getting a bit worried about the whole Baby Yoda thing, thinking it was going to become a bit of a gimmick. But now we can see that clearly isn't going to be the case. Now, if Chris Chibnall does this, right? He's only doing it for one reason only, because he's seen the success of Baby Yoda. So he's thinking, well, maybe if I bring like a villain like a Dalek and give them a miniature version of that and call it a Baby Dalek, people will jump on board. Well, I'm going to tell you now, Chris, if you're listening, no, we don't want the Baby Dalek, you moron, right? For starters, if you do that, right, you again, how are you going to explain that when we've never seen a Baby Dalek before? How are you going to explain that shit, for starters?
Oh, yeah, because a Dalek is so cute.
So I will ask everybody on the panel what they think. So, Baby Dalek, yay or nay, Daniel?
Absolutely. I think it's the most stupid idea since the time with his children, and Chris Chibnall is an old head and a Peyton, and he has to go. He's an absolute head of a man.
Yeah. And remember, Joe, this isn't me reporting it. It was reported by Gary from Neurotic. So if you have a problem with the latest bit of news about a Baby Dalek, you know who to go to. Yeah. But you won't go near him, won't you not? Because, like, because he'll
No, do I have to tell you off again?
No, that's just making me point out. Right. Charlotte, Baby Dalek, yay or nay?
Well, no, because Baby Yoda's cute and a Dalek is a squid thing, which looks horrible. So how can you make a cute version of a Dalek?
Big eyes or something and a little bit of a
squid.
It's already got a big eye.
It's not a squid. No.
Put lip balm on it and give it lips and hair and stuff and little waggly legs. Yeah, I don't know. I have to say it is a stupid idea myself. I just... if he does do this, it's desperation. I mean, it's already desperation with Jack and all coming back, John Barrowman coming back, I should say, and then there's talk of old companions returning as well, because he just can't do that by his own merits, a baby Khaled, whatever, who gives a shit? We don't want it. PD Rich, what do you, yay or nay?
Absolutely bloody not. Not at all. If you remember the old Spike Milligan sketch with the Pakistani Dalek, no. Yeah. They had a young Dalek in that, and it was just going to remind everybody of that.
Yeah.
But how can you make a Dalek cute, as Charlotte was saying? But Daleks are supposed to be kind of fully grown before they're put into casing.
It's just to make plushy Daleks, isn't it? Like, plushy baby Daleks and so on.
Yeah.
No, remember, he does want to
character options actually wanted this.
But yeah, this will be pathetic. This will be the worst thing that he's well, it won't be. It's one of the worst things. Timeless Children was, but still.
But the positive about this, if it's true, he's starting to copy Star Wars into Star Trek. It might actually.
Yeah.
It's the only silver lining to that. Oh, but no, bad idea. Absolutely no. You'd rather have a baby boy Cyberman.
So wait, didn't they show a Dalek squid jump onto Captain Jack? Could they have Jack to be baby Dalek's mummy?
Oh, Jesus
Christ.
That was Yaz, actually. If you look very carefully, Rabbi brought up, it's actually Yaz it lands on.
Oh, it lands on Yaz. Oh, well, she'll tell it off anyway, So
the Dalek it'd be like a mosquito eating.
Yeah, regret that one. Lemon, most evil person in the universe, and they'll just run.
Yeah. It'd be like a mosquito sucking a lemon.
Yeah, that's it. Lee, yay or nay?
No.
Well, it's unanimous. There you go. Nobody wants a baby Dalek.
Put it in the curry. Yeah, just exactly.
I don't want a baby Dalek. I think it's a stupid idea. Even if it's a baby something, I don't want a baby something. Create your own stuff, you moron.
Yeah.
Instead of having other people's ideas.
Why
This is
don't
what we do.
Why don't they just get daughter of mine? She goes around showing daughter of mine how to be good.
That's it. You could get
After
Dr.
she
Ryan
released
to
it,
lecture us all during the whole series 13. Why not? Could get her to lecture us all, tell us how bad we are because we're white and men and have a pulse and all of this other rubbish.
After all.
Like, seriously.
Oh, I know.
Jesus Christ.
I don't
Yeah,
think
so that's that one. But I want to get back to Gina Carano, though, and finish by saying this. Gina Carano, listen to me. Do not back down. I know there's an opportunity for you to get a show, which would mean a regular income for you and stuff. But to be honest with you, you'll get that show, trust me, because fans will call for you to get that show. So you don't have to go cap in hand and apologize to anybody. Just give it a few more months. Trust me, the wave of support behind you is growing each day. And there will be calls for you to have your own show. And Disney won't be able to ignore it. That's the thing. And you won't have to apologize for nothing because you've said nothing wrong. At the end of the day, if there's some people out there that don't agree with what you said, that's fine, that's fair enough. But to call you all the names that you're being called, the amount of abuse that you've got.
No, they should be apologizing to her.
Exactly. They should be apologizing to you. And also, on top of that as well, if you were to apologize, right, I'm just going to say this, then you're condoning everything that was said against you.
And wait, I think Pedro Pascal should be forced to apologize if she is. Because he said far worse than anything she's ever not said, actually.
He said things that Disney actually agree with, though. So that's the difference.
Yeah, I don't care about that, you know, as a paying customer.
I know, and they should listen to us, but they don't listen to us, and that's the problem. Until they do.
You don't have to bend your knees and cut them, you know, kiss your fans
but
back.
if she does, I'm done with her. I'm done with her. She better not.
Yeah, exactly.
She won't.
And I've always said listen to your fans, but you don't have to, don't have to do everything your fans say you got to do.
Yeah, we don't want you. Listen, Star Wars fans, again, I want to make this clear, Gina. It's not Star Wars fans that want you to apologise. It's leftist twats that...
it's fanatics.
No investment in Star Wars whatsoever.
And as I said, those news media outlets that reported, though, need to stop calling them Star Wars fans as well. They are not Star Wars fans that for Mandalorian. God. We love her in Mandalorian. We don't want her to go, right? The fans that are asking for her to go aren't fans of Star Wars. They jumped on late.
No, the militant fanatics.
They're your fans, right? They're the fans. They're not real Star Wars fans because real Star Wars fans are around since the 70s. Right? So don't be giving me this crap. They're not Star Wars fans. Stop calling them Star Wars fans. And she better not. I'm telling you now, if she does, I'm done. I'm done with Hollywood. I'm done with actors and actresses because no matter what they say, if she does that, then it just goes to show you that they'll all end up doing it. If
they don't give her own show, then we'll just stop watching all of their stuff. All of it. We'll just walk out. We'll just walk away.
No.
Yes, I will.
No, well, listen, in fairness, I don't care whether she gets her own show or not.
She's earned it. She's earned it.
She shouldn't
if they force her to apologise or try to force her to apologise, why should we support them in any way whatsoever?
Well, in fairness, I don't care whether she gets her own show or not. The other Star Wars shows that they've announced, I'm happy enough with them and that they get them right. But the thing about it is, if she does end up getting her own show and we find out it's because she did apologise, well, then I'm finished. She's like every other actress and actor out there. Yeah. As soon as there's an opportunity, they will take it. And I don't want to see that with her. So I hope she sticks to her.
If they fire her, I have absolutely no interest left whatsoever.
Well, listen, they fire her, right? There's going to be a backlash anyway. So let it happen if it happens. If she sticks to her guns, I'm happy. I don't care if she ends up not getting this job or not. Once she sticks to her guns, it's very important that actors and actresses like her stick to their guns, like James, like William Shatner, like Gina Carano, all of those other actors and actresses that have come out. They have to stand firm. As soon as they start putting their hand out and saying, "Okay, we'll take the knee, we'll do this, that, and the other, we'll apologise," well then, no, I'm sorry.
No, it's over at that point.
So again, at the end of the day, I don't care whether she gets her own show or not. She just keep her mouth shut, do what she's been doing, and don't bend the knee to these assholes. End of. And the fans will demand that she gets a show. So trust me, she will eventually get her show because fans will make sure that she gets it if she sticks to her guns. If she doesn't, then she's thrown out on the trash heap like the rest of them. It's as simple as that. So she's been very quiet the last couple of days. She's thrown up the odd post here and there. It'll be interesting to see what she says now over the next couple of weeks and see does she start changing her rhetoric. And if you see if you do start to see a change in her rhetoric, then she's already signed on the dotted line and she will come out and apologise. And if she does, she's lost all respect, in my opinion, just like the rest of them. So
yeah, but at the end of the day, we're doing ifs and buts right now. So let's just see what happens.
Yeah, cloud talk, pretty much.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, look, she'll have to make up her mind pretty quick, won't she? Because they've already announced a lot of the shows, and they probably do want to announce her show. So if it is true that she has to apologise, we'll see how long she can hold out for. So I hope she sticks to her guns, because I do fear I'll always stick to my guns here. I don't give a crap. Like, if I got an opportunity, which would never happen, but if I got an opportunity to work for the BBC, I'm not going to change my values and my opinions because I got a job at the BBC. Like some people out there do. I'd stick to my guns. If I don't get the job, I don't get the job. If I don't like what I have to say, well, then screw them. Simple as that. And that's the way the attitude everybody should have. Well, if you don't like what I have to say, screw them. I'll go and get work somewhere else. She doesn't need this show anyway. She's already proven that she can act. Right, she mightn't be the greatest actress in the world, but she could prove that she could do certain things. I'm sure another director or another producer out there or a team of writers will see her and they'll pick her for something else. She should just stick to her guns because she will get work. She will get work because look, at the end of the day, the tide is starting to turn. It's turning very slow, but it's starting to turn. People like Gina Carano, if they stick to their guns, they'll be hailed as heroes years from now. Because they stuck to their guns. She mustn't change for anybody. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Taking your bend the knee, that's it. They want more and more and more and more.
That's it. So we'll see what happens. They've got plenty of time anyway, as Chris said. But I don't know, Chris, because they've already announced all of these other things, and I think they'll want to, and if they do want her to have a show, they'll want to announce it as quick as possible, because the longer they leave it, then they might just end up forgetting about it. She does deserve our own show, but at the end of the day, it's not worth having to go back on everything that you believe in to have that work. So I certainly wouldn't, and I wouldn't take a job even today if they had specific rules and regulations that went against my personal beliefs. I wouldn't take the job, right? Because again, you either be yourself or you don't. Then you're just a fake like everybody else, and then I don't have any time for you. So I hope she does the right thing. I really do. We'll find out over the next few months anyway. I'll be keeping an eye on Bounding Into Comics, because obviously they've been breaking the news, so they might have more information coming out. So I'll be keeping an eye to see if she gets pressured into it. I hope she doesn't, concede, but you never know. And we'll just have to wait and see. But, Star Wars franchise, now you look at everything that they've announced, there is some excitement, obviously. There's some fans that aren't excited, but, I'm willing to give it all a go. I'll give every show a go. I'll give every show a couple of episodes, see if I'm liking. Obviously, I'm not going to like everything, because I think that's what they do so many, so they can appeal to everybody. But I will pick and choose the ones that I like, and I'll pick and choose the ones that I want to watch. And as for the rest of them, I'll just ignore them. If they're crap, I'll just ignore them. I won't even complain about them. There's other people out there that'll complain about them. Let them do that. I just want to be able to, like I do with The Mandalorian, I want to be able to do reviews out there and give different opinions to Star Wars fans out there, because they have tunnel vision when it comes to the franchise, whereas I'm a little bit more open. And I think we've lost Charlotte, so we'll see if Charlotte comes back so she can do the shout outs. But yeah, I mean, look, we'll say very interesting times ahead next year anyway for Doctor Who, Star Wars, and all of these other things. I mean, 2021 is going to be very fascinating, especially with all these big movie releases on streaming services. You know what, though? They've kind of jumped the gun a bit, because if this vaccine does actually work, within 6-7 months, a year from now, everything should, start settling down and going back to normal. So have they kind of jumped the gun, the industry, thinking that this
Warner
a
has.
little bit more? Because they're going to lose millions now. Some of them should have bought it.
Pooch. Yeah, Warner Brothers has screwed the proverbial pooch by releasing everything on their streaming service.
Yeah. And
now
now
they're getting sued by Legendary.
Yeah, and now because they've done that as well, they've put other streaming services under pressure to do the same thing now.
Yeah.
And I just thought it's going to backfire.
Yeah, they're going to manage Legendary Pictures a ton of money.
Yeah. They're gonna ruin it all. I don't know. But as I said, fascinating times ahead. So
yeah,
right.
Interesting times.
Right, I tell you what, we'll get everybody to do their shout outs now. I don't know if Charlotte is going to come back. We'll see. But Chris has already put the channel up there anyway. But Daniel, go on. Seems that Charlotte isn't here. You can do the shout out for your channel there.
Right, well, me and Charlotte will be back on I'll be back in my channel reviewing episode 4 of Wales Doctor Who series. Each episode 4 so far is the best episode of the Audio series. So you get to hear me actually shower that is but I'll get my two Facebook gathered with Daniel's and YouTube Hub and Daniel's Spanish Hub. And if you haven't heard enough from me, then you can also drop me for what Celtic Annual 22, but I'm sure to be orking some or for you to enjoy. So yeah, that's my outs.
Thank you, Daniel. PD Rich.
As everyone knows, I don't have my own channel, but I want to give a shout out to Dan at the Spacebook because he's been great. I've got some nice chats with him behind the scenes about things like the life of the universe and everything. So if you could subscribe to Spacebook, Dan was in the chat earlier, that'd be great.
Fantastic. Lee.
Yeah, you can find me on the Twats as usual at the Golden Asda, AZDHA. And my other channel is Ordred Audiovisual.
Fantastic. Any news on the old trailer?
Give me time. Okay. It'll get there. Give me a while. It's not an easy one, this one.
Right. Well, yeah, I can see that because obviously the animation has been upped and all on this. So, yeah, I can't wait for you to see it. I got a sneak peek. And it's brilliant. And I see you're doing your thing on Twitter there. So
well, now they're coming after Eddie of Scar.
I see. Now I'm at the being
accusing him of gatekeeping, which is ironic considering for the last 4 years that's all they've done.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's hypocrisy. But then again, it's
sanctimonious hypocrisy.
It's a mental illness. It really is now.
Rabbi's video is spot on.
Yeah,
watch it. I would highly recommend people watch that.
Yeah, I'd go watch Rabbi's video from earlier.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap up here.
It's
doesn't matter. They can lie about the ratings. They can use certain 28-day figures or 7-day figures to try justify Jodie Whittaker's era.
But they're arguing. Is it the worst rated episode or the second worst rated episode.
Listen,
who cares?
it was
still
reported
scraping the
by
barrel.
every
That's the
single
worst.
newspaper, every Doctor Who legit thing. It was the lowest rated. The Timeless Children was the lowest rated episode since the late 80s. The Eaters of Light and all of those other episodes of Peter Capaldi's that she's pulling out of the rabbit's hat. These are wrong because these are using the 7-day consolidated figures against 28-day consolidated figures. These are idiots, right? The bottom line is Jodie Whittaker's Doctor is not universally loved. And why do I use the name? Why do I use the term not universally loved? Because Piers Wenger said that about Peter Capaldi, and he was so wrong, you see, because the Doctor that's not universally loved is Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. Her Doctor is hated, and the sooner you guys actually cop onto the reality of the situation, then we're not going to be able to fix this show. Now, remember, we have said the downfall of this show is not only down to Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker for our bad acting and his bad writing. It's also down to the people that support this era. You guys are responsible for this show getting the lowest rated ratings of all time because you have pushed the fans away, true fans of this show, right? You pushed them away, you told them to get out of the fandom, and we did what we
wished them to die of cancer, that kind of stuff.
That's why it was the lowest rated episode. Now, if you think that this Christmas special or the festive special all of a sudden is going to make everything great again, well, then you're more stupid than I actually thought because you don't even know what's going to happen. The fallout of the Timeless Children.
You've already seen what happens between Yaz and Jack in the Christmas special.
Listen, Jack featured in the trailer, 2 days later, nobody was talking about it, right? It trended 8,000 tweets on Twitter, right? When Peter Capaldi was trending, we got 18,000, 23,000 tweets trending when he was the Doctor. Jodie Whittaker even fails to get over 9,000 retweets when they announced Captain Jack and the series and the trailer, right? Nobody's talking about it, right? And the thing about it is, the most ironic thing is that nobody's really talking about it on Twitter, right? And Twitter seems to be the center of his universe, but you don't realize is the general public have also tuned out and don't give a crap. Nobody's talking about Doctor Who. The only time that Doctor Who is ever brought up in any conversations is how bad the show has gone, how woke it is, and how it's sad to see the demise of such a great show. They're the comments. And if you actually looked at the general public, because you go into most of the articles that Radio Times do and all these other newspapers, and you go into the comment section, you will see your everyday audience, and you will hear what they have to say, and they do not like Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who. They do not like Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. She is not universally loved. You can say all you want how popular she is. She isn't. And by the way, if you have to rig a poll with multiple sock accounts to try get her to win, and even after the fact she comes second to David Tennant, it just goes to show it's pathetic. She'll never win a top Doctor list. She will always end up on the bottom half of any list, and even her episodes will feature in countdowns that will be on the bottom half of lists. None of the writing, her acting, or anybody that's in that show is good enough to be in Doctor Who. It's as simple as that. And the writers that Chris Chibnall has employed is a bunch of soap writers. They're not good enough to write for Doctor Who, including the man himself. So the downfall of this show, the reason why this show has failed is all down to you guys supporting it. So we know when this show fails who to come to. You can blame us all you want. You can blame us all you want. You're the ones that told us to leave. We left. Right? So blame us ourselves, right? Because 7 million households have tuned out, and more than 7. And I'm telling you now, you're in for a bit of a surprise with this special. You think this special is going to do great? No, it's not. It's not. You can put Captain Jack in a K9, and you could bring back the Daleks, you could bring back the Jadoon, you could bring back the Draconians, you could bring back the Sea Devils, you could bring back whoever you want, right? And I just mentioned all them because you can literally bring back every classic villain, every new Who villain, every classic companion. You can dig up a few graves and bring in the old Doctors. You're still not going to save this shit show.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's done. It's done. The Timeless Children killed it. It's done. It's not going to recover from this. So you need to actually cop on to yourselves. The reason why this era has gone downhill is because you support Chris Chibnall, and you even know his writing's bad, because most of you will say, well, Jodie's a good doctor, but Chris Chibnall's writing is the one that's letting her down. Yes,
so
you won't come out and criticise Chris Chibnall, though, will you? No. You will still support him blindly. You will still slag everybody off that has a problem with him. Well, I'm sorry. No. The downfall of this show, the failure of this show is all solely resting on all your shoulders. So congratulations and enjoy it, because it's not going to last long. And then when it does go away, then we'll be the ones that will pick the pieces up. We'll be the ones that will keep the fandom going. We'll be the ones that will keep Doctor Who alive. Yeah.
Maybe the ones taking blame for something you didn't do. Yeah.
Exactly. Look at Blake 7, how long that was off here. Fans keep that alive. We'll keep Doctor Who alive like we did after it went in the 80s. We'll keep it alive. Right?
Wilderness Years again, part 2. That's what it'll be. The Wilderness Years part 2.
Yeah. So look, my conscience is clear. Everybody on the panel here, everybody that's in my chat, our consciences are clear. We've watched this era. We've tried to support this era, but we can't.
So my critical faculties are still in place. That's the way it's going to stay.
You might have all have sold out. You might have all decided, right, we won't complain, or you might have shilled out, or whatever it is, or changes your opinions because you don't want to be attacked by certain people out there. Fine, do that. But don't be coming after me because you decided to be a sellout. Right? I will always stay true to myself, and if I think this show is bad, I will call it out, and I'll continue to call it out. And I can't wait for the festive special, and I certainly can't wait for Series 13, because I tell you one thing: if it ends up being worse than what we've got, I'm going to destroy it or rip it apart. We got a $10 billion super chat by Mr. Fish. I'm sitting next to a gift shop. In the window is an angel. Is it a weeping angel? Ooh, you better run, Peter. Run. I know who that is. Run, Peter. Run. You don't want the weeping angels to get you. But seriously, I mean, you still have people there. Like, I'm literally on Twitter now, and Lee is having a conversation with someone about the ratings for the time, and he keeps giving all this Doctor Who magazine, Radio Times, so we can safely assume, well, Doctor Who, as I said, the Doctor Who site gives the official ratings. So Doctor Who magazine is run by a load of shills. Radio Times is run by a lot of shills, and the biggest shill of them all is Hugh Fullerton. So again,
shilly of the shills, mate.
I just wanted to destroy that comment there. Actually, destroy that comment there for me anyway, Lee. Go in there and destroy
also
that.
shilling to Hugh Fullerton. He's the shilliest of the shills.
But it's absolutely ridiculous that these fans still continue to go on as if this era is a success. 7 million households isn't, and I'll keep saying it.
Yeah,
right? And you can say TV habits have changed. That's the biggest laugh of it all.
57% of the audience.
Well, the rating system, the new rating system takes that into account. That's why we have the AI. That's why we have the 28-day consolidated figures, and that's why we have the 7-day, the overnights, and the 7-day. They take everything into account. And if TV habits have changed, like you said, well, then explain to me why 7 million people have tuned out. I mean, TV habits have just changed. So
either you watch it because you like it, or you don't watch it because you don't like it.
That people are still watching Doctor Who. Well, then explain to me why 7 million households isn't watching them. So if TV habits have changed, where's the 7 million households that it originally had when Series 11 started?
It's not as though people just forgot. You know, it's because they, you know, they didn't watch it when it was broadcast live. They didn't watch it on catch up. They didn't watch it at all.
No.
What does that tell you?
Exactly. So
you're not watching it. Period.
Doctor Who magazine. There's a friend of mine literally called them. He literally turned around and called them. He said they're the Doctor Who mafia.
Yeah.
That's a professional. That's a professional writer who's written.
Yeah, well, a couple of the Doctor Who writers as well haven't done themselves any justice. It's getting ridiculous now that these writers think they can actually come out and attack fans. And again,
if they spent more time, less time on Twitter, and more time actually crafting a decent script rather than scraping by with some substandard bullcrap, then maybe, you know, it wouldn't be the case that their jobs are.
By the way, just to give you a laugh, So do you remember when I called out someone that was actually praising a bully for coming back on Twitter? Well, that bully and all their friends decided to mass report me tweet, right? Do you know what the funny thing about it was? Twitter got back to me. I didn't know they mass reported me tweet. It was only after I got the report. This tweet is under people of blah, 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 blah. Then I got the notification back to say, oh, by the way, your tweet has not violated any Twitter rules, blah, blah, blah. And I was delighted. This was because I exposed the person that works for Big Finish, actually welcoming back a bully who was obviously suspended off Twitter. And you know what? Twitter actually agreed with me because these people were saying I was picking on this woman, which I didn't. All I was pointing out the fact was that this woman was actually supporting a bully, and Twitter agreed with me.
I hope you emailed her activity to Tim Davey.
Well, Tim Davey has been informed. Of course, he's been informed. They've all been informed. Anybody from Doctor Who magazine or Big Finish that say anything, they're being reported because they've already been warned by Tim Davey.
Exactly. Break his policies. That's it. You got.
So if they break policies, I've even said I'm encouraging people. You know, there's a few out there saying that we're trying to cancel. So we're not cancelling them. They're told to keep their mouth shut and keep their political and their ideology to themselves. If they continue to attack fans with it, then we'll report them. It's as simple as that. They're breaking.
They're punching down.
Rules for others.
Yeah, we have a lot of that happening. We have YouTube punching down that work for the BBC as well.
Yeah, they find it hard, not.
You know, he's a knobhead anyway. That guy just has lost all credibility. I mean, he's gone around calling me a white supremacist, but yet he said today he was trying to defend me. Like the one that's gone around calling me a white supremacist for the last couple of months.
Well, friends like that, you don't need enemies.
And I'll tell you here, big man, you're a very big man over a keyboard. Well, when this virus thing is over and everything gets back to normal, I will be going to a couple of Doctor Who conventions in the UK because I've already mentioned it. So I hope our paths do cross because I will give you the opportunity to apologise to me because I'm not letting this go. So, you know, that's the bottom line. You can't be going around calling people white supremacists, and I will get the apology, by the way. And it'll be filmed.
Good luck with that.
Oh, no, I will. I will get my apology. You trust me. I'll get my apology. These guys, every single person that said that about me will be apologising eventually.
Well, it's amazing to me. You know, if you look at the Not My Doctor group, for example, I mean, how many actual people of colour or members of their little hate group? I mean, like, I spotted one. So if they want to talk about white supremacy, they are it. You know, they think they're supreme in every way. They think they can talk for everyone. They seem to think that they can speak for LGBT and all the rest of it. Well, I'm sorry, I'm a member of that community, and I don't agree with you. So we aren't a monolith.
Right, these gobshites that go on about those rights as well. Not one of them would go out with a trans woman or man, right? That's fact, right? They project, right? The bottom line is they're the racists, they're the bigots, right? They're projecting. The poor little assholes don't realise that they're the ones that are the bigots. That's why they're coming out and saying all of this because they want to feel better about themselves. Well, I'm sorry. Just because you're a shitty human being and you are racist and you are a bigot, don't be projecting and painting us with the same brush because we're not.
Yeah, we call it.
It's all gaslighting. It's all projection. And that they say about other people out there, remember, they're talking about themselves.
Yeah.
There's a lot of projection going on from there.
They're all a bunch. You could tell. I'm not one of them, right? You get Benny Cook out there as well, who tried to get me on this whole transphobia rubbish. But then when I put the question to him, would you go out with a trans woman? He blocked me straight away. He blocked me straight away. Wouldn't answer the question because guarantee he wouldn't. He wouldn't. He's just a mouth shilling, right? He wouldn't go out with a trans woman.
I'm sure he's not
with a trans woman because he doesn't believe in the bullshit that he comes out with himself when he comes out and says that.
Well, look, I mean, look what happened when Tom Vance attacked a friend of mine on Twitter, and it was like, oh, look at this, look at the state of this, and then called her a TERF. Turned out that my friend happened to be a trans woman who just happened to be gender critical. So. There you go. Again, we are not a monolith. Don't claim to speak for everyone. You don't. We have our own individual lives, our own individual experiences, and that's the way it is. You know, not everyone toes the party line because we are contrarian, because we are individual thinkers.
Because
we get criticised as being bigots and fascists.
Thoughts, right? We're not cheap. Yeah, we believe in freedom of speech. Yeah, we don't believe in hate speech. We believe in freedom of speech, right? And by the way, right, there are things that I say that people don't necessarily agree with all the time on this channel. That's fine. They can have that. And some people on the panel will tell me, well, I don't agree with you on that one. That's fine. But they don't come after me. They don't say that I'm this, that, and the other. They accept the fact that I have a different opinion and we move on. The problem with these people now is they can't move on because, do you know what? Their lives are nothing. This is basically it. They haven't achieved that, right? And they know they're not going to achieve that in life. So this gives them some sort of, you know, that gives their lives some sort of meaning. So when they go and attack me like Mr. TARDIS Reviews does, and every day he's calling me a white supremacist, like he just can't help himself. But why does he keep talking about me? Well, because, you know, as I said, he's a failure in life. His channel is not really doing that well. And if you look at his watch to subscriber ratio, you can see that his channel is struggling. So he needs to feel wanted.
He's just an objectionable, obnoxious creature.
Out with his posts attacking fans when he's saying that fans should behave a certain way, but yeah, he's the one that's constantly attacking fans all the time and calling fans white supremacists and bigots and all of this. Right? Now, how is he able to get away with that? Right? Making all these slanderous claims, right? Calling me a white supremacist. You really are a tick. A white supremacist. You wouldn't know what a white supremacist is if a slap.
This is the dangerous rhetoric that they use. That they cheapen these words, which should have meaning. And you know, when you consider, you know, how dangerous actual white supremacists are,
the KKK.
You're diminishing that threat by making it so everyday. And calling people just ordinary human beings these kind of buzz terms, you're degenerating the argument. You're actually making actual white supremacy something that, you know, people just think is just a slur word and not a threat.
Yeah,
you know, you're actually allowing the potential for actual white supremacists to grow in strength, because if you can call anyone a white supremacist, they can come in under the radar and appear out of nowhere one day, and then you'll wonder what the hell happened. And I don't want that world to live in. I abhor any form of supremacy, white, black, Asian, alien, any. You know, I just want equality in this world, not equity. Equality, and I believe in that wholeheartedly for everybody. But that doesn't mean, you know, equality in the sense that you can go around and equally abuse people. No, look, I am all about the freedom of speech, but when you start using that freedom of speech to make such wild accusations and stuff, well, you're going to expect some blowback on that, and rightly so.
Yeah. No, you're right. Falling over.
And we've lost now.
Yeah, no, briefly.
Yeah, too much white supremacy there, clearly.
Yeah, you're right, though. It's like, you know, it's cheapening words. It's what happened in the 80s. They were using a lot of derogatory terms, just turned into slang words.
Yeah, you know, and the Q word, which I absolutely object to, has now been
using that word.
used within the LGBTQ, and I fundamentally object to that word, but no one fucking asked me.
A bad word back in the day. I remember when there was a lot of homophobia going on, because I'm not going to lie, back in the day, it was still pretty prevalent. And that was the word.
Grew up amongst it, you know. And for them, these people go around saying that homophobia is everywhere, and you have to look for all these microaggressions and all this other nonsense. I'm sorry, no. If you end up in hospital like I did, then that is real homophobia, right? None of you buggers have experienced that level of homophobia in your life. I dare you to tell me otherwise, right? I just don't see it. I don't experience it. Things are much better than I've ever certainly experienced in my life. And long may it continue. But you buggers are actually going to increase homophobia with your rhetoric. You're going to turn people against us because of your constant harassment of other people within the heterosexual community. You're going to divide us from them by using this stupid argument of microaggressions and all the rest of it. You are the ones causing transphobia. You're the ones causing homophobia because you won't let it lie. You keep manipulating everyone online to accept these microaggressions and all the rest of it as homophobia and all the rest of it. You're the ones causing this. And even with all that, I see nothing but love and restraint from even people who are, whether it be through religious belief or through being raised in an old-fashioned way. Listen, I've made friends with people who are on the right, who are on the left, who are centrist and all the rest of it, but they always treat me with respect. It doesn't matter. Look, I'm friends with Father Christopher Miller, right? He's a Catholic priest, right? We all know the views of the Catholic Church on homosexuality. Yeah, I can still call him a friend because even though I know that he won't agree with my lifestyle, he has a respect for me as a human being, and I have the same respect for him as a human being, and that's how I'm perfectly at ease.
He's not homophobic. He just has beliefs because obviously he's in a religion.
Of course, and I respect that, and I think the world will be better if we just learn to use our empathy.
Exactly.
It's a thing that people just don't seem to understand anymore.
So Rabbi and I get on now because the simple reason I realise he has to take certain views, certain, how do you put it?
Well, the amount
of
anti-Jewish rhetoric, but the amount of anti-Jewish rhetoric towards Rabbi and Lee himself, because Lee is obviously Jewish. You're part of Lee, isn't it? Is Jewish. You're Jewish as well, aren't you?
I've got Jewish ancestry.
Yeah,
my mother is the only surviving member of my family on that side because the rest were exterminated.
The anti-Irish rhetoric, you see it a lot as well. Ninja Knight gets it a lot as well. This anti-Irish rhetoric.
So when I get called, listen, I got someone on Twitter decided that I was alt-right today, right? Go look back at my family history on my mother's side, and you'll find what real alt-right means and what happened to them. They were fucking gassed in the chambers at Auschwitz. Okay, so if you want to call me alt-right, you better fucking back that shit up, because I'll tell you what, that is as offensive as it gets.
And I also say this: if you want to see what real Nazis look like, you go and have a little tour of Auschwitz. You'll see what happened.
Yeah, you can't go there in person now, but they do have an online virtual tour. You can actually go.
I follow the Twitter page. I do, and some of the posts that he put up. No, sorry, not some. All of the posts that he put up.
I post regularly from that site with all the people that were gassed.
Yeah,
and you know what affects me most? What affects me most with that is any one of those people that I repost could have been one of my own ancestors.
I know.
And I wouldn't even know. That's how bad it is. That's how far erased these people were. So don't call me alt-right. Right, because you are being disingenuous. You're just creating slurs, and you don't even think about what you're actually fucking saying or who you're saying it to.
Exactly.
Just bear that in mind next time.
And it's disrespectful as well, because when you call someone a white supremacist, you call someone a racist or a bigot, you're just using words. You don't know what those words really mean. I mean, if you want to know what real racism is like, ask the African American community what real racism is like. Right? If you want to know what white supremacists are like, go and meet the KKK. You'll know what a white supremacist is like. When you talk about other stuff as well, you use all these words, but you don't know the meaning. Do you know why? Actually, you probably do, but you try to dilute these words because...
Listen, these people all, I guarantee, right, the majority of those people in that group, that hate group, I bet they all live in very comfortable areas, which is predominantly white.
White, exactly. Exactly, and that's what it is, though. It's their privilege that's guilting them into acting this way.
I lived in Hackney. I lived in Bow for a number of years, right? I know that area very well. I know that community very well. And it's absolutely remarkable to me that these people can throw out and bandy these terms around when half these people probably don't even live in an area where they even know anyone who's of color. You know, I mean, it's just such a ludicrous, nonsensical argument. These people are so cosseted, and they just believe in all the tripe that they've learned at university without questioning it. Where's your critical faculty?
By the way, Lee, did you know that I'm homophobic?
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm homophobic as well. You know,
this is the whole point of university to make
they banned all these words around. That's why Eddie pulled your man up tonight. Like they banned these words around. Like someone tried to say that Eddie was not giving people their opinion when he actually asked, "Give me your opinion and prove me wrong." But yeah, this person twisted it, tried to gaslight him, and you've seen the conversation up on Twitter. Look, it's the same thing again. I'll go back to it. It's projection. These people are the ones that actually have the problem. They're the ones that think they're racist, right? They're the ones that think, you know, that everybody's bigots, because they're the bigots themselves, because they've acted like all their lives, and it's just projection. And I'll keep saying it. When he calls me a white supremacist, what he really means is, well, I'm a white supremacist, but I'm trying to make myself feel good. I'm trying to make myself feel good.
Yeah, that's his white guilt right there.
Yeah, so that's his guilt. So that's his guilt. So when he
and they get upset when we say that they're acting like fascists. I'm sorry, if you're trying to shame people into silence, if you're trying to stop people from talking, if you're trying to shut down everyone you disagree with, if you're using all these terms and buzzwords to try and shut people up and effectively you're digitally book burning people, right? This is how I see it. You are acting like fascists. You are acting like the supremacists. You believe that you are better than us. That's a fact. You believe that Noel is inferior to you. You believe that I am inferior to you. You believe that Rabbi is inferior to you. You believe that all of us here are inferior to you. You are supremacists by the very nature of what you do and by what you say.
Maybe they
prove me wrong.
Books instead of burning them.
Yeah, write one instead of burning them.
Exactly.
And you got, and if Noel's a homophobe, well, he's got 2 gay men here on his channel right now. What? Because we're the wrong think people, the wrong kind.
Don't make me to sound a bit crass when I say this, mate, but you're the wrong sort of gay.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm sorry, that's bigoted. To assume that we're all like one kind of monolithic group of people, that we all think the same. If you think that, then you are the bigot.
Exactly, because we all have different opinions, including yourself. You're a gay man, but you have opinions that you want proper equality, as you said. You don't want what is it? Equity? Is that what you say?
Equity, yeah. That's the buzzword at the moment that they've baited and switched. It was all about equality when I was growing up. It was all about equality. Now we've got the equality. They want equity.
Yeah,
and equity is basically cutting the legs out from underneath other people to limit the to level this playing field. No, doesn't work that way. Real life doesn't work that way. You know, everyone should have the equal opportunity of getting somewhere. Of having the equality of opportunity, but not equality of outcome, which is what they want. And that is a homogenized world where no one shines. No one shines.
Yeah.
But mediocrity wins.
When I hear people like Mr. Carter's reviews and Ben Cook talking about gay rights and about the LGBT. Do you know what? The first thing that pops into my head is, well, how would you know?
Ben Cook doesn't talk for me.
These are straight guys. It's none of your fucking business, so keep out of it. Let the community that have the problems sort out what they need to sort out.
There is no community. This is a myth. This is a myth. As I've said before on this stream, when I needed help from my so-called community, it wasn't there for me. I was facing homelessness because I wasn't trans, because I wasn't on drugs, and because I wasn't HIV. I got nothing from anybody. They turned their back on me.
Wow.
So fuck them. Fuck the community. It doesn't exist. It's a fucking myth. Like, all groups are fictions. All of them. Every single group is a fiction. I believe in individuals, right? Human experience, person, you know, the individual, right? Those exist. They are real. Groups are fictions.
Yeah, you're right. Spot on. Spot on. This is a great conversation. We should do a stream on this, the whole situation, a separate stream, because this is a very fascinating conversation. It is a conversation that needs to be had, because there are a lot of people out there that are talking, that are speaking up, that in my opinion shouldn't. If anybody should be talking, it should be people like Lee. Right? They're part of this so-called community that Lee doesn't says communities don't exist. We're all individuals.
It's only a community when it serves a purpose that ingratiates for them, that gives them power.
If anybody,
I'm not down for that. I'm sorry, no.
That's what I mean. It should be members of that so-called community that should be talking about the problems they have. Not a straight white guy on Twitter that goes around calling everybody a white supremacist, doesn't even know the meaning of the word. Right? So, keep your mouth to yourself, and let the community, the LGBTQ plus whatever it is now, community, sort out their own issues. You do your Doctor Who videos and do your little rhetoric, and stop calling people white supremacists, you idiot, because you don't know the true meaning of the word, and it's disrespectful to those people that were abused, harassed, murdered, whatever it was, by white supremacists, right? You haven't got a clue. Disrespectful. It is disrespectful.
It is, actually. I mean, it's incredibly offensive, because you're diminishing the real history of what it meant to be one of those people who would victimize or lynch people to death. Right? This is the thing that they're equating to you, and that is despicable. Right? To assume, to assert that you are in any way somehow related to someone who would literally hang a black man from a tree. I mean, that is disgusting, frankly.
I know. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, to use what people usually say, but I have black friends. I don't need to justify myself to anybody anyway, right? At the end of the day, people know me 3 years on this platform, right? Daniel especially. If Daniel for 1 second thought I was a white supremacist, a racist, whatever, all these other accusations, Daniel wouldn't be supporting me, because Daniel would also.
I wouldn't support you either. So
saying this, Daniel. But you will probably go through your own prejudice, because obviously you've got your disability and stuff, and you've been even attacked because of that. We even seen
absolutely
a horrible fucking name because you went in and you wrote your opinion about the Dalek animation. I mean, they attack everybody, and the thing that this is what
they're intolerant of intolerance
over the 3 years is the attack on the vulnerable,
intolerant of anyone with a critical opinion.
Me.
That's it. They want to shoot down critical opinions.
Daniel especially, because Daniel's always been there for me, and to see him being attacked by these vile creatures that call me all sorts, it's just so wrong. I mean, look, as I said, I think you all know me well enough. You know me views and opinions on certain issues. Yeah, not all you agree with everything that I have to say, but you are all still here. If I was any of these things, trust me, I wouldn't be on the platforms that I'm on, because YouTube, Twitter, and all of those other sites do take a dim view of white supremacy, by the way.
Rightly so.
And rightly so. So again, if I was doing all of those things, trust me, I still wouldn't have my YouTube platform. These are just a few notes that are projecting, as I said. And it's sad. And I mean, as I said, Daniel's had to deal with his own shit, was even going to give up because of all of these idiots. And I'm glad he hasn't, because we must never back down. Your opinion is valid, Daniel, more valid, I would say, than most fans out there that support this era because you are a fan. These aren't fans, by the way.
Did you read Mr. Fish's other?
Yeah, all fish lives are equal.
All fish are equal.
Yeah, all fish are equal. 10 Australian dollar super chat. Hold on, I'll stick it up there. There you go. All fish are equal. Thank you, Peter. Really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well, pal. Haven't heard from you in a while.
These crazy people, but some are more equal than us.
Let us know how you're getting on, pal.
Well, they talk a big game about equality and all the rest of it, and diversity, except diversity of opinion. And they talk about equality, yet they're the most sanctimonious supremacists I've ever come across. They actually believe that they are not only morally superior, but that they are intellectually and emotionally superior.
But they only talk about equality if everybody has the same opinions as them.
Exactly. It's this group think you will be like us.
Yeah, well, we won't.
Yeah, that's what I equate them to, Cybermen.
I have my own independent thoughts. I have my own opinions, and that'll never change. So get with the program. Get with the program, girls. Because
get with the D program, more like.
And the channel ain't going anywhere. Oh, I'm sorry, did I misgender some of yous out there? Well, you do act like little girls, the way yous behave. So who gives a shit? Reporting to that one. Who gives a crap? Right. This was a great conversation, though. Yeah. And we are going to follow it up with a stream because
for it as well, yeah.
So we will address this again next week at some stage. I might do a one-off stream on it because it is very important for these people to be called out of their hypocrisy, because that's all it is. They're all a bunch of hypocrites. They project, as I said, not any of them will amount to anything in life. This is the best that it's going to get for them. They have to feel like they're part of something, to feel special. Well, you aren't part of that because this is all going to go away soon.
Well, the fact they all behave in a mob-handed way, right? Like Eddie is a great example of what happened tonight. Is that Eddie put out a tweet, and then they all accuse him of gatekeeping, and they dogpiled him. Like not one person, but a whole bunch of them. This is what they do. They find one thing they disagree with one person, and then they all go in mob-handed. Like, I'm sorry, if you need to go in mob-handed, then you have no backbone of your own.
Yeah. Do you know what the funny thing about that whole situation is? Is that I've actually read the whole thread. He was actually asking fans to change his mind. He said 98% of the fans don't like Whitaker's doctor or something to that effect. But if you think I'm wrong or something to that effect, change my mind. You know, like you see some of those memes where I think the Star Wars sequel trilogy is brilliant, change my mind. But that's what he was actually doing. But as Lee rightly pointed out, it wasn't just one person. They dogpile, and then because I had answered in the thread as well, saying, well, social media has given idiots a platform, then they start dogpiling on me. I've had to block, and I am blocking, by the way. It's better that way. I don't care if they celebrate that they got blocked. Let them.
And that's not denying them freedom of speech. They can still say what they want. It's just you don't have to listen to it.
I don't have to listen, and that's why the block button is there. And I do encourage people, if you don't like what I have to say, hit the block button. So that's
if you don't like what Noel says, don't listen and don't tune in. Just so you won't hate watch and give dislikes and then find something else to keep yourselves relevant in your little hate group. I mean, it's pathetic. Get a fucking life. Seriously.
Well, they need to get one. But again, we will talk about this. Is a very interesting topic of conversation. It's something that hasn't been really addressed that much in the fandom, actually, I have to say. So I think it is about time that we do address the hypocrisy, their bigoted behavior, and the way they go on. Now, you see, the reason why we had a certain YouTuber out there give out about me last week was because I exposed them. See, they don't like being exposed either, by the way. They cry foul and cry that I'm a bully because, you know, stuff that they put up that's fair use, they had a problem with. Well, I'm sorry, if you're going to act like a bigot and act like a bully, I'm going to expose you. And if you don't like that tough shit, stop acting like a bully then, and you wouldn't have to be exposed, would you?
I mean, the entire reason that hate group exists on Twitter is to hate on individual people.
Yeah.
They take someone's tweet, they repost it on their little hate group, and then you just see a bunch of hateful comments from a bunch of people who claim to be morally superior, basically.
Yeah, they're the same idiots every time.
The same people every time, and it's like they cannot see. They're so self-unaware that they cannot see what they're doing is harassment. They are engaged in targeted harassment. Twitter should have an obligation to put a stop to it, but they don't, because they are talking from the same hymn sheet.
Well,
we all know it. We all know it.
Actually, get one of the guys that has been hassling me for the past.
Yeah, but then they just come back, and it's
right. I do agree
fine.
with it, but they finally did do something about Team Torchwood, about bleeding time, because Team Torchwood tried to start it up again by throwing that little video out about China again. Taking a video totally out of context and not actually showing the next clip where I actually come out and I say, basically, yeah, that might have come out the wrong way. This is what I actually meant. But no, they just keep playing the same. But I wrote to Twitter and I said, listen.
How many of them know any Chinese people? I was raised by.
This is what I said. I said, they're taking this clip out of context. I said, if you go and check the whole stream, you will see that I actually do say that might have come out the wrong way. And
listen, this whole thing came out when you were scared, angry, and vulnerable. You were susceptible to this thing, and like most, I was around as well when 9/11 happened, right? And I saw the amount of anger and fear around that time, and things were said by a lot of people who were genuinely not, going to say anything against anyone with a different religion. But a lot of people were upset and scared.
Yeah, look at the crime rate towards people that were, Muslim in America after 9/11 happened. The amount of incidents, you say racist incidents, but again, you're right. These were people that were genuinely in fear. The government was kept hurling the alert, lording the alert. They really played on people's emotions. So, yeah, there was a lot of people that said things out there that they mightn't have necessarily agreed with or believed. And again, but I'm not here to justify what I said. Look, in the very same stream, I do say that might have come out the wrong way. This is what I meant.
Exactly. Right? They never show that clip.
Either, because I don't need to issue an apology, because nobody deems what I said or has took it up that way. Only a few little idiots out there have taken it up that way because they have a rhetoric, they have a thing, they want to make me out to be this person that I'm not, because they don't like me.
And let's just say as well, let's just point this out as well as the utter hypocrisy for what it is. These people will drag that up, but do these people spend any time at all about what's going on in Hong Kong? Do they spend any time at all about the Muslims in concentration camps or the homosexuals in concentration camps in China? Will they ever criticize the CCP? Will they ever come out and say anything to say, well, hold on a minute, that's not right? Why aren't they calling them out? What about when that poster of John Boyega being shrunk into in the posters for Disney? Where was your outrage then? I mean, it's just like, listen, if you're all in, you're all in. Fine, be all in. But you're not. You pick and you select very selectively what is and what isn't racist. You ignore everything that doesn't suit you. And as someone in the chat says quite rightly, that just some guy, another YouTuber, has been attacked recently.
Yeah.
And he's a black guy. But because he isn't on board with the far left thinking, he's ostracized and deemed also, I believe, a white supremacist. I got called homophobic. I mean, it's just outrageous.
How it works. How can you be homophobic?
When I pointed out that I was a homosexual, there was silence, and then I got called racist instead. So, it's like throwing whatever sticks. That's it. Right. That's all they care about.
Right.
So when that didn't work, they opted for the second choice.
Jewish ancestry, and then they'll change their mind on the racist one. Then they'll call you something else.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
See, this is what they do. And this is what, but we will be highlighting a lot more of this. By the way, we do have plenty of screenshots, myself, Lee, and others that have collected over the past year or two. So there are plenty of stuff to show you the behavior. So this stream could go on for a few hours, by the way, because we have a lot to go through. Now, again, that I do put up will be fair use because they've put it up on a public platform. So any little gobshite out there that starts crying and say, oh, Noel's picking on me because he's exposing me for being the bully that I am. It's going to fall on deaf ears. So, buckle up, fasten those seatbelts, and get ready for one of the best stream, Revolution of the Hoovians, next week. Next week, that is happening. And we're going to get, I'm going to try get on, me and Lee are going to work very hard behind the scenes next week now. I'm going to see if we can get some of the one or two members of the Fandom Menace to jump in as well, to give their experiences as well. Probably try get a few of the ladies to show.
And Chris Persia in the chat also says that Justin Guy is also gay. Yet he won the Daily Double being called a homophobe and a racist.
Jesus
So
Christ.
there you are, fellows.
There you go. And
outrageous.
That's the stupidity of them. And they'll always be stupid. And that's why Mr. TARDIS and all those other little gobshites, that's why, I'll always come out and I'll call them out, because they're little idiots. And as I said, big man, you're very big on a keyboard, right? But when, where paths will cross, and I do expect an apology when I see it. I'm not threatening you here, by the way. All I'm just saying is that our paths will cross, and I will actually come and talk to you. Because if you think you're going to get away with calling me a white supremacist, you've got another thing coming. But again, a big YouTuber punching down, it's not a very good look there. But, you are a bully. You've been bullying this fandom for the last, 3 years since Jodie Whittaker has been cast, because ever since then you've turned into a little shill, and you have came after any fan that has anything to say about this era or your precious Miss Whittaker.
Yeah, look, the guy's clearly just trying to get a job.
To sleep with you. Yeah. The radical feminists are never going to sleep with you, So, cop on to yourself, yeah? And again, as I said, big man, say those things to me face. If not, shut up. Pipe down, do your little shitty videos, yeah, and become that irrelevant person that I know you will be, because that's what you are. You're irrelevant. You'll be a nobody, and this is why you're doing what you're doing. You will never amount to anything. You won't have real success either. How many of those BBC Three little projects did you have that were turned down? Yeah, you're a failure. You're a failure, just like the other fella is a failure as well. You need to cop on to these failures and improve these yourselves, instead of coming after the people to make yourselves feel better.
It's laughable. It's laughable.
Right? And the thing about it is, right, is that I'm a better writer than the two of you put together, and I haven't written that since 14. Yeah. And I guarantee if I went to BBC with an idea for a show, I would get one. Unlike you, Mr. TARDIS. You're a failure. You'll always will be a failure. And that's why you come after me, because you don't like seeing someone successful. And that's what it is. You're jealous of me success, just like that other YouTuber out there is, and that other little gobshite that keeps sending me emails, but then going back on these apologies. The
sad thing about him is, if he was hanging out with the other side, like people like Dan.
He was hanging out with Balls. He was actually begging to go on their channels as well. By the way, someone that I actually go to sometimes when I get me source news, I won't mention the person, but he actually approached that person, says, help a YouTuber out after taking the piss out of me. You think my friend's going to help you out with information?
There's a brilliant video there on Bowles Trek. If you go through Bowles Trek's videos, there's a brilliant live stream with Noel and Farry's on there. And Farry's and he called himself a mini Bowles Trek. It's there for all to go.
Do you know what? I'll post later on to give you a reminder of this person. At the end of the day, the reason why he switched sides was because he seen the attacks on me and others, and he didn't want that. Now, I can get that to a certain extent, but to actually sell out and to actually then come after people that helped him out, like he did, begging them to come onto their streams and then calls them out. Listen, at the end of the day, the funny thing is I have those tweets where you're begging still, because as I said, I keep everything. I could embarrass you, but I won't, because it's already embarrassing enough that you think you could come after me and think that nothing's going to be said to you. I don't care how old you are. Told you already. And don't hide behind your disability either, like you always do, right? Because that's disgraceful and disgusting, because you do that. Someone in a wheelchair. Right, that's what you'll say. Oh, he's picking on me. Look, I'm a disabled fella and a grown man's picking on me. Well, then don't be picking on a grown man then. Right? This is how this works. You don't attack someone, I won't have to come out and defend myself, and other people have to come out and defend myself, right? So shut up, pipe down, do your videos like I told you, and stay out of the drama. Your channel doesn't need it. But if you want the drama, fine, bring it on. You, Matrix Lord, whoever wants to take down my channels in your private little correspondence together, go ahead. Go ahead. 3 years everybody else has failed. You will fail as well. Right, another 10 Australian dollar super chat. Are you running off, Noel?
Running off his mouth? Yeah, definitely.
I'm running out of my mouth, yeah, but I'll be leaving now in a couple of seconds because we have passed the 3 hour mark. But it was an interesting conversation because this conversation needs to be had. And it's going to be had next week now. We're going to get people on. And if you have any suggestions of people that you think would be great for this stream, let me know because, I think it needs to be highlighted because they've been getting away with it for years now at this stage.
Yeah, I do believe the first instance for me was a parlong from some Doctor Who group on Facebook where after about 3 episodes in, I dared to criticize the Jodie Whittaker era and Chibnall's writing, and I got pounced upon by X amount of people on there who said I should die of cancer was one of them, and it's been kind of like that for 3 or 4 years now.
After and
it hasn't stopped, and these people say that we're acting as gatekeepers.
So
look again.
So little moron has piped up and he said, "I'd rather be disloyal to a cult than loyal to one."
A cult.
And I literally,
there's a member of a hate group on Twitter.
Have you got any evidence, or is this just another one of your rumor?
Where their leader's called Daddy. I mean, really.
Yeah, listen.
They are in a cult.
You're part of a cult.
Well, something like cult.
Again, don't be projecting, Al Terry's there. Now, again, you sent me 3 emails to apologize, right? You also did say that you didn't exactly agree with what I said, so I'll put that out there. But you did send me 3 emails of apology. Now, why send 3 apologies if you're going to come out and attack me a few weeks later? Do you know what? You keep your apologies to yourself, right? And stay true to yourself. Be the little ratbag that you are. Be the little disloyal piece of shit that you are, right? And you know what? Another thing, do you know what hurt me most about it was the way you went about it, right? It's the way you hammered Ballstrick after him helping you out, doing a little intro for your video, and then you go and attack him. Yes, I will call your disloyal ass out. You're part of a cult. And you know what? I'll just say this, right? All
cult all thinks the same. We don't. We disagree a lot.
You've always been a user, and you'll always be that way. Because I'll tell you why. You won't be able to achieve that by yourself. You need help off everybody. I just see you beg all the time for people to watch your videos and people to bring you on their streams. You're very open about your begging. But that's all your aim is to get as many subscribers, as many clicks as you can. But you see, it's not happening. It's not working out the way you want. That's why you keep bringing me up, because anytime you do a video about me or post about me, it gets traction. So even the videos that you're doing are not good enough, and that's why you have to talk about me. Well, listen, as I said, you little moron, you don't need this drama, so keep out of it. Yeah? Because you're just going to destroy your channel like that other YouTuber destroyed his channel, right? And you are disloyal, right? You're a backstabber, and I will never change my opinion of that. And you said you'd rather be disloyal to a cult. We're not the cult. You're the cult. You're part of a cult. And do I have evidence of you begging? Well, I've been told by 3 people today since I've put the posts up on my Twitter account. 2 big YouTubers and another person came to me and sent me tweets of you asking them, can you come on, and emails.
Even one of the big YouTubers asked, is everything all right with Darius? Like, what happened to him?
Yeah, that particular big YouTuber's channel that he wanted to go on with me and ended up didn't happen because he stabbed Ballstrick in the back that weekend. I ended up on that channel. And yes, I will say it, I did make sure that you weren't part of the panel because I wasn't going to let some disloyal piece of shit be on the panel. So I made it clear to the other panelists what you'd done, and how disloyal you were. Of course, the other fella, Ballstreck, knew you were disloyal, and he made sure too that everybody knew how disloyal you were. This is what I don't like. This is the only thing. Listen, I don't care what you do in the videos. I don't agree with most of the stuff that you say. But the one thing that I expect when I've got for it is loyalty. And you've none. Right? You've none. And that's why I despise you. That's why I think you're despicable. And that's why I think you're a horrible human being. Because you would literally sell your own family members to basically get the clicks and the views. That's what you do. That's what that suggests to me. If you're that quick to stab people in the back that you perceived as friends, then you're not a person I would trust. And you'd be one of those people. You'd sell your own family just to get further up the chain, because that's the type of person that you are. You latch onto other people's channels.
People have very long memories, though.
Yeah. Do you remember when he latched onto the channel and then he tried to say he made my channel? You didn't make my channel. You brought me on your channel once and I got about 20 subscribers off your channel. The rest of my subscribers that I got on this is due to my own hard work, promotion from Eddie, Gary, Ballstreck, and other people from the Fandom Menace. And of course, my supporters, right? You did not help make me. That was another stupid thing that you came out. I made Noel's channel. No, you didn't. You never did, and you never will.
You've got to find that clip from Ballstreck's stream.
Yeah,
where he's like, I'm a mini Ballstreck, basically.
I made your channel. I made your channel like I do make most channels here, because when people come onto my channel, I promote the crap out of them, and then they go off and do their own thing. So if anybody made anybody's channel, it was me that made your channel what it is. And yes, you do have more subscribers, but that's because you sold out. You know, I like to work hard for my subscribers and people that follow me. I don't go around begging every 5 minutes.
Their respect, yeah.
Streams, right? I do my own hard work. So again, that's another thing as well. This is why I don't like you. You want to know why I don't like you? You're disloyal and you made false claims. You did not make my channel. How dare you? I made my own channel with the help of my friends. And yes, you did bring me on a stream and I got 25 subs or something. So well done for that. I'll give you credit for the 25 fucking subs. Wow. Come here for a minute. Right? The difference between me and you is you, as I said, you would literally climb on top of people just to get where you are. I genuinely am grateful for all the help I've ever gotten. And believe me, right, unlike you, I know without my audience, without the support, I don't have a channel. So, you know, as I said, stick to your own stuff, do your own videos, and stay out of the drama, because you don't need it. And you said you were. You keep making these stupid little statements as well. I hope people can actually see that idiot for what he is, along with the other idiot that melts out there. 7 people support him. So let the 7 people.
I think we've given these people enough oxygen right now.
Yeah.
Frankly. Enough.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant.
All through rabbis. Yeah. Yeah. We all found each other through each other's channels, like, you know. Yeah. I mean, I know that. You know what I mean? And I'm forever grateful for that. But I'm not going to have some little runt out there tell me that the reason why my channel's where it is because of him, when that's not true at all.
But I mean, that's laughable.
It's probably the funniest thing I've heard. Jesus Christ. I mean, I met Ballstreck before I met the other fella. Ballstreck had already brought me on his channel before I met that fella. So if anybody's responsible for my channel's growth,
he's one of the founding fathers of the Fandom Menace.
It'd be Ballstreck and it'd be Gary from Neurotics and Eddie Ascaro, because Eddie was a very good supporter of me in the early days. Well, he still is. But what I'm saying is, in those early days when my channel was struggling, he was the guy along with others that were promoting me. So no, you're not getting credit.
It's like people like Captain Robert Averill and Ballstreck who kind of started the movement on YouTube.
Yeah,
in the early days, and it just kind
if there's anyone in the chat that found Noel through Mr. Tharies, would like to.
Well, there is one or two. There'll be one or two. I know that. That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. Listen, he got me 25 subs or something. Right? How is that making me channel what I do?
Exactly. How many?
Like, I can admit that. I've never had a problem with admitting that he did give me me channel a handout. That's when he was a loyal person, when we all thought he was nice. But his true colours have actually come out over the last year and a half. So he's not this nice person that he makes him out to be. And then when he is pulled up on something, then he goes back to his safety mechanism, which is, don't be picking on me. I'm disabled. Right? That's what he uses. And he's despicable for doing that. And I hate people like that. You don't hear Daniel moaning anytime anybody attacks him. The first thing he doesn't bring up is his disability. No. He points his bloody corner, gives his points, and he leaves his disability out of it because his disability doesn't define him.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're talking for you there, Daniel. I don't know if you want to pipe up and say anything, but...
Yeah, well, we got to what you just said. I can't forget stuff through my own heart and gather. I don't use that as an excuse.
There you go.
That's it.
I go on about my cancer survival every 5 minutes. The only reason I go on about it is because of Chris Chibnall.
Yeah, and that awful fucking scene that we will never, ever forgive.
When the problem being mentioned cancer earlier, I'm like, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy because I've been there. I've seen what happens in cancer wars.
Yeah, but that's what these people who are so morally adjust will tell you. You know, well, they told me die of cancer.
Sure, someone told me I was going to die tonight. I was going to be judged by Jesus and I'm going to die. So, I mean, look, this is the kind of stuff. They want me to ignore that. People want me to ignore that and just move on. Well, if someone's going to wish me dead, I'm sorry. I don't know what kind of people you are if you let people say things like that about you. I remember back in the day, if anybody discredited you or tried to slander you, then people had that right to defend themselves. But nowadays, you're not allowed to do that because if you do, you're the bully, you're the bigot, you're this, that, and the other. It's funny that they say I play the victim all the time when I literally show all the evidence of all the stuff that they're saying. And then we had someone, I told you, I called it, he was going to play the victim. Well, I showed evidence where you told me to shut the fuck up.
There's projection. You know, these people always go out, harass someone. Then when you pick them off one by one, I'm being victimized.
Yeah, and we've seen that.
It's just like, oh, come on.
And don't trust me, I'm going to call it now. This young streamer now is going to come out with a lot of stuff on Twitter. Oh, no, it's picking up. Get everybody involved. Who cares? Bring it on. That's what I say. I'm done messing with all you idiots anyway now. Right.
Big fish story, isn't it, Mr. Fish? Big fish story.
Yeah, that's it. Big fish story. Thank you, Mr. Fish. Thank you for the super chats and everybody else that super chats. If you're being judged by Jesus, who are they to say what he will decide? Exactly. Yeah. I'll be judged by nobody, right? Yeah. Except a higher authority, whatever that higher authority.
Those are next. They think they are the high authority.
But it certainly isn't a bunch of idiots on Twitter and YouTube. I can tell you that much.
Delusional.
Anyway. Yeah. So, you know, get away with your God complex crap as well, right? You just want to take me on. I'm prepared for it now.
And I just like to say as well, I offered Tom Vance from Not My Doctor to come and speak to me twice.
And he blocked you.
And he had to follow me in order for me to send a DM. And he agreed to do that. Then when the day came, he wasn't around, and then he had unfollowed me, and so I couldn't send a DM. Then I sent him a tweet saying that he was acting dishonorably because he didn't keep to that promise.
He called upon a parlay,
and then he apologized and he followed me back, and then said that then we agreed a date to speak. And then that date came around, and again he had unfollowed me, and I couldn't send a DM. So again he backed out. Twice I've been trying
and he gets his daddy involved then when it gets too hot for him. Listen, he's another.
And then he threatens to kill himself whenever he gets caught out with his pants down. When he went after that trans person he didn't know was trans, calling them a TERF and all the rest of it because they were gender critical, right? So then he's threatened to take his own life, and then he did this before. And the very next day, he was going back to his old tricks again. Like, well, I'm sorry, if you're going to use that as a shield to criticism, that you can't take it, that you're going to top yourself, and then you go on and carry on doing exactly what you did before, then you're a hypocrite, and you're using that as a manipulative. It's manipulative,
right? It's the people out there that suffer genuine depression. I'm one of them, right? Everybody knows some of my story. Let's just say I wasn't too happy with.
And I take that kind of shit really seriously because I
did actually try to kill myself. But for someone to actually come out and say and pretend because they got caught out, and then to pretend to try get people to leave them alone. Well, I feel so bad. I feel like then you're despicable.
The general rule of thumb is people who don't talk.
Exactly.
And that I've noticed this so many times throughout history. I've had family members die by taking their own life, and they don't ever talk about it. They just do it. And a lot of the times people do that. I'm not saying that people who do talk about it don't do it. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that it's the general trend. And if you're that unstable or need that much help, why are you engaging this kind of behavior if you know it's going to come back on you like this?
If you are genuinely suffering with depression, right, and you really do have those sort of thoughts, then my advice to you is this, and it's simple. And please listen: go and talk to someone.
Go talk to a professional.
Because you will feel a lot better if you do. Might put your mind at ease. Now, if you're just saying this because you were caught out, I think you're a despicable human being if you've said that, because suicide and depression should not be taken lightly. Just like all the other words that you banned out, bigot, white supremacist, and all of this other rubbish. This is another thing as well. You are making light of if you're telling lies. If you're telling the truth.
I was genuinely scared and worried, and then he threw that in my face by sending me a private video before he blocked me, saying that I was like one of the worst people or something to that effect, that and it's just like, yeah, that's the last time I show you any fucking genuine concern. But then he went ahead and did it twice, so I'm like, wait a minute, I'm seeing a pattern here. Well, and then he continues in this.
He's been already suspended off Twitter before, and I don't know why he's still on it, but this is the second time he's been suspended, and now he's going on like that. As I said, if he's lying and he just said that, then he's despicable. If he's telling the truth, and
I don't make light of threats of suicide. And for someone to use that like that so casually, and then I'm sorry, how do you get through life by going, I can't have my own way? If you don't stop now and stop showing me the hypocrite I am, I'm going to threaten to kill myself.
Like young lovers, young couples, where the girl might split up with the boy, or the boy might split up with the girl, and then they turn around and I'm going to kill myself if you leave me.
That is MPD, narcissist personality disorder 101.
Yeah, so
I've seen that so many times.
As I said though, Tom, if it's genuine,
get help, but don't use it as a shield.
Exactly. Go and see someone,
manipulative.
Talk to a stranger, talk to someone, because whether you like it or not, or whether you agree with
that shit scares me.
You're a human being, and if you're suffering like that, then you deserve the help, and we wish you all the best. But if you only said this because you got caught out on something because you put your foot in it, and you've come out and said this, then you're a despicable human being, and you're going to be called out for it. Simple as that. And with that, we're going to leave it at that, because we could literally go on all night. We will have Revolution of the Whovians. That's what it'll be under. We'll be talking about the series. We'll be talking about the fans. We'll be talking about all of the stuff that we've been talking about tonight. And we're going to have a big panel for that one. And it's going to be a very interesting conversation, because we've already had one tonight. I think this has been one of the best conversations we actually had after a watch along, to be quite honest. This is something that I firmly believed needs to be highlighted and needs to be brought up, so other fans then can discuss it, because I think we do need to highlight their kind of behaviour, the way they go on, so we can let other fans see what's going on. And again, you know, let those fans know what's going on, and then they'll be able to see it for themselves. Because you know, there's still people out there that do believe the rhetoric about me, which is absolutely ridiculous because there's no evidence to actually even back it up. But you know, you might do set up fake accounts, sock accounts, and not even with my name on it, and say, "Well, this is Noel. This is Noel. This is Noel. This is Noel's friends." Well, how can you prove it? Can you prove it? No, because they're sock accounts. But again, my word is as solid as oak. So I can tell you now, 100%, and anybody that knows me, as I said, I don't need to use people to take down people's channels because apparently I have this army. By the way, I have this army of people that do stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Never had our
sent the group with nearly 2,000 members saying that, you know, Noel's got this army.
Do I have support?
Really?
Do I have
support? Noel's got 1,806 followers. Okay.
Anyway, I have support. I have a lot of support. Well, is that an army? No. That's people that actually care about me, that will defend me when they see any bullshit. See, here's the thing. If you stop talking about me, then people like myself won't have to defend themselves, right? And then you won't have me friends coming in. But I can guarantee you now, and I can tell you this 100%, I don't send anybody to YouTube, people's YouTube.
I act on my own, of my own volition.
I don't ask you to unsubscribe.
I and everyone else at Noel. Wait, no, everyone that's a friend of Noel's is around him. We see for our own selves, right, with our own eyes, what's going on. I will come in to defend my friend. You people don't have friendships. You have acquaintances. You have allies, right? There's no depth to that. All you are conjoined at the hip for is to hate on other people, on individuals. And I'm sorry, I'm my own person. Noel's his own person. Rich is his own person. Daniel the Legend is his own person, right? Yeah. If we see shit going on, we will go in and defend our friend because that's what we do. We don't actually go after you people and attack you people. We always act in sheer defense against people attacking our friends.
Well, I'm not going to have them turn around saying bullying people anymore. I'm defending myself. And if you morons out there, if there's still morons out there, still think that this is bullying, well, then you think that all you want. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you when you get older, get married, or have partners or whatever it is. I'll feel sorry for them, because they won't realize that they've met an absolute horrible individual, and they won't find out until later on when it's too late, because that's what they are. Look, they project, as I said, this is all projection. But next week we do have this very special show. So here is what's coming. Yeah, come and join us, because that's going to be an epic stream now. I can feel it even started. It's going to be a great stream. And again, that was a trailer that Lee threw together for me a few months back, good few months back. We haven't really played it that often, but there you go.
Just like to wish Chris Persia a happy sandwich.
Happy sandwich. By the way, we will feature that little trailer over. I'll throw it up on Twitter as well. It is that stream is definitely happening next week now, and we're going to try get other YouTubers on as well, and we're going to have a really deep and in-depth discussion about everything that's happening. So come on, and supporters, and you know, the stream goes up, share it everywhere. We want as many fans as we can to listen and watch and watch while we produce evidence. By the way, this is the difference. Now what I will do is, right, I will do this because you will have, even though it's fair use, and it is fair use, by the way, I've already checked. So anything that I put up tweets or anything on videos is not actually against YouTube's Twitter policy, because it's fair.
It's public. It's public.
I put it in a slideshow video, so therefore I've actually done something different to what they put up. So again, they don't know the rules really. They talk a lot, but they actually don't.
Yeah, let's bear in mind these are the same people. No, these are
the names.
These are the same people who engaged in posting a private DM that I sent to Tharies, right? He lied through his teeth to say that he didn't know about this.
Didn't know
he was the person.
Hold on.
How could Joe have gotten hold of that private DM without him having sent it to him
in the first place? You tick.
I mean, it's just
the messages so they put them out. So don't be playing this little game. Well, I didn't know you were going to be shared. I
would love to be able to send and publicly show what I've been sent in private DMs by some of these certain people, but I've never done that, and I would never do that. So that's the lowest of the low. Listen, I still stand by what I said because I was absolutely right to say what I said. And I blocked that person immediately after I said what I wanted to say. So it wasn't bullying. Bullying would be something where it goes on and on and on and on.
Listen, you showed a screenshot, you threw it up, and everybody agreed with you anyway. Right? Look at the comments of that screenshot. You'll see most of the comments, except for a few of his people, coming in to slag you. But the majority of comments, even from people that you don't really know, were backing you up. So don't be listening to a little idiot like that. I mean, he handed the DMs over to someone, right? He knew exactly what he was doing when he handed
and then lied his ass off.
Right? So for him to say that he didn't know that you were going to be shared by this person, that's why he shared them to your man in the first place, or whoever he shared them to in the first place, because that's exactly what he wanted to happen. So you're right. That's why you're a disloyal piece of shit. That's why nobody will ever listen to anything you have to say. Right, and the fact that you keep shouting it over and over again how disloyal you are, I would say to all the other people that support him, right, that are actually following him on the other side, that think he's great, it won't be too soon before he stabs you all in the backs. He'll use you until he can get what he can out of you, and then as soon as he's done, he'll move on to the next big streamer. So, all you guys out there that actually, slag him off, but don't worry, he will stab you all in the back. You've done a few streams where he's slagged him off because of his disability. But don't worry, he'll get his own back on you because he's using you now. And then when his use of you is no more, he will go. Like he did with Bolshek, like he did with me, and he'll do with other people because that's all he is. And he won't have a very long YouTube career either. It'll be short and sweet because people like him don't ever. I've been talking to long-term streamers. They told me people like him never last. Their channels crash and burn. So, at the end of the day, let him. But again, it just shows you how disloyal this person is. He knew exactly what he was doing when he was sending those
things. Inauthentic.
He can lie through his teeth all he wants. You're just disloyal, and we know you are. And you keep showing it over time and time again. And you know what? These other people will cop onto you. And let's hope they throw you on the scrap heap before you throw them on the scrap heap. But in fairness, it doesn't matter which way it goes because you will all deserve it anyway. Right, we're done. I'm going to go now. So on Wednesday, we have the Mandalorian review. It's back to Wednesdays.
Great episode.
So looking forward to that. Then I don't know what's happening with Ninja Knight. So I'm going to get in contact with him this week and find out if he's still up for doing what's Cracking Time is going to be called now because of the trailer. But I will see if he still wants to do Cracking Time. If not, because of whatever the situation is and he can't do it, I will get someone new to join me for that one. So we will see what the story is with that. But then on Thursday we are on Rabbi's channel for the quiz, and then on my channel then Thursday I want to do the panel. So the panel will be Thursday, Revolution of the Whovians. Then on Friday we have the Tarda Zone talks. Obviously that's where you guys come on and get a chance to have a say. Then on Saturday, we have the Classic Who Watch Along. And then on Sunday, we have the New Who Watch Along. Now, next year, January 1st, when I come back, as I said, we're going to try put the And we'll work it around Daniel so Daniel can actually be there for at least one of them anyway. But we will schedule it. Hopefully it works out for Daniel. But we're going to have the new Who and the classic Who watch along on the same day. I think that would be good to give a variety on the same day. So again, when we're doing classic stories, though, I will suggest to people that on the panels that you pick 4-part stories from now on. I'll try pick as many 4-part stories as you can from now on instead of the 6-parters or the 7-parters or whatever, because I can't do another bleeding 6-parter. I'm serious, man. It's getting ridiculous with these 6-parters.
We can split them up over a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but then that gets too messy. It gets too messy.
I think it's actually easier to engage in the story. And then if you've got a cliffhanger,
I might do it that way. We'll see, but there will be changes in January.
Because no one wants to sit through in one go like a 6-episode story necessarily. It's better if you do it.
Some of them do be great.
Yeah, but I think your attention span is only limited to so much on a stream, particularly. I mean, if you're doing it at home by yourself, it's a lot easier. But if you're on a stream, I think it's quite difficult to keep up the energy on that. I don't know. Maybe we'll see what the chat thinks, but I think it would be better to split it for the longer episode runs to split up into 2.
Right, William Who just left a minute. Listen, William Who, I haven't mentioned your name on this stream until right now, but you could shut up with your fake tweet with I've been messaged that I'm being talked about on Noel's own stream. No, you're not.
No, you weren't until now. That's so paranoid. My God.
Because of your stupid tweet. But, no,
we're not even talking about you.
Because to be honest with you, you're not even in me thoughts. Like, you're an afterthought. So I don't know. See, here's the thing. You guys think that
victim culture.
Yeah, you think I breed and live you guys. No, it's the other way around. You are the ones that are obsessed with me. William, I haven't spoken to you since you did actually the very same thing that Tom did to Lee. Me and you had a private conversation and you agreed to work with me to try bring this fandom together. Then the next day I woke up and I seen that you deleted all the tweets that you'd had a conversation with me and you blocked me. So shut your mouth. Wasn't talking about you. Don't want to talk about you. And I'm going to stop talking about you now. So you're on with your little pathetic little life because you're not that important to me. So don't be worrying. A person like you is not even in me thoughts. All right? So jog on, right? And I'll put your little tweet up where you're playing the little victim there just to let everybody know. And I want to make this clear. Go back and watch the whole 3.5-hour stream. Haven't mentioned your name up until right now. So shut your mouth. Calm down.
God's sake.
And you know what? You're bleeding idiot. Couldn't even stick to your guns. You couldn't, and help me try make this fandom a little better. You decided to, because you were in fire.
Maybe he did it just so you did mention his name. Like, just don't understand.
Doesn't matter anyway. At the end of the day, liars. All liars.
Grief. Honestly, like no one cares.
So
leave it alone.
So, in fairness, right? Show me where I actually, I'll wait. I'll be waiting years, but we'll wait for that evidence. Yeah, we'll wait for that evidence.
Utter nonsense.
Ridiculous. Why would I want? Seriously, man, you're an afterthought, right?
Well, you weren't even a thought. I mean, I'm sorry, we weren't talking about you at all. So knock it off.
Jesus Christ!
And I've liked William. I've liked William Who's posts. I enjoyed some of his posts. I've engaged with. Why would I sit there and demolish you when I've got no fucking dog in that fight? I've enjoyed his tweets.
Do you know what's funny? The self-importance. Oh, Noel's talking about me as if you're not that important, mate. You're not that important.
I just don't understand what they hope to gain from this. It's
rent-free in their heads.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. Rent-free. And I'm enjoying
in their heads.
Let them. So, as I said, wasn't talking about you, so jog on. I wonder who told you that anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the other two little gobshites. But again, you don't do the research and check. All right? Didn't talk about you. don't even know who you are. I've had a conversation with you a few times on Twitter, tried to work with you, and then like all of you chicken out, yellow belly pieces of shit. Could have helped me try make this fandom a little bit better for everybody, but no. You gave hope, you did. You sent me lovely messages to say, yeah, I'll help you. Let's try get this fandom there. And then the next day I wake up, you deleted all the tweets and you blocked me. So get away. Don't even talk to me. Oh, God. Right, so we are back here on Wednesday. We'll see. There might be a couple of things that might pop up Monday, Tuesday before I come back. If there is any Doctor Who news, or if I do find out any more about this baby Dalek nonsense, I will let you know in the meantime. So, panel, it's time for you to all say good night. So, say good night, Daniel.
Yeah, good night.
PD Rich.
Night.
And the one and only Englishman.
Get fucked. Good night.
Problem being, what would we do without you? Right, good night, folks in the chat. Thank you for the super chats. Thanks for taking part. There's Adam. Hey, Adam. Nice to see you. We'll get you on next week if you're around. Let us know, will you? So we can get you on and plan ahead. Because next week it's, I don't know. We still haven't decided on the story yet. I'll have a word with Rabbi and see what we can do. And Ballstrek, because Ballstrek wants to appear on Saturday. So we'll see what story he wants to watch. See what the story is. Should be fun anyway. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, see what Ballstrek wants.
Right, we're off. See you later. Good night. Here's the channel trailer. Don't forget, Lee's your man for all of this stuff. So checking out reasonable prices and all of that. If you want a channel rebrand, he is your man.